Live from the Coliseum in Phoenix, it's Roadrunner hockey tonight on Cox Sports and TSN as the Roadrunners get set to take on the Manitoba Moose. Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Tennell, joined by former NHL defenseman Darren Beach. We're happy to have you along on our Cox Sports broadcast, and a special hi to all our Canadian hockey fans watching throughout Canada on TSN tonight. The last time these two teams played, the Roadrunners and the Manitoba Moose, was way back at the beginning of the season. It was in Manitoba as the Moose defeated the Roadrunners by a score of 5-1 in that game. Sean Evans had a couple of goals, and Freddie Brathwaite had 31 saves to lead the Moose in the victory over the Phoenix Roadrunners. Well, Darren, a game that the Phoenix Roadrunners are going to look at as a game that really means nothing. They have been eliminated from any playoff competition. But the Manitoba Moose still has a chance to get into those playoffs.
The Manitoba Moose still have a chance to get into the playoffs. They're chasing two teams, which makes their chances even better. Even though they're not in a playoff spot, with the chasing of those two teams, it gives them an opportunity because they play those two teams a couple of times in the remainder of their games.
Yeah, later on in our broadcast, we're going to be talking with both coaches tonight over how they view this game. Rob Laird, of course, looking at it differently than Randy Carlyle for the Manitoba Moose. Now, as you look ahead at what the Roadrunners are going to be looking at as far as offensively for the Moose, they're led in scoring by Scott McCrory.
Scott McCrory is a good player. He's done everything for this team so far this year. For any team that he's played for, he's been an offensive type guy. Randy Carlyle uses him in every key situation, especially face-offs.
Yeah, and for the Phoenix Roadrunners, they have been led by Chris Marinucci ever since the trade that brought Marinucci from Utah over to Phoenix for Nick Vachon.
Marinucci's been on a roll for the last half of the season, ever since the All-Star break. He's scoring on a steady basis. He's doing everything offensively for Robbie Laird, and he's carrying the load for the Roadrunners.
As far as the goaltending goes tonight, Fred Brathwaite, who had a chance to play for the Phoenix Roadrunners a couple of seasons ago, should be in nets tonight against Jamie Storr.
He's got some good numbers there. He's 21 wins, and any goaltender that gets over 20 wins in a season has got to be happy with that. His save percent average is 9.05 or .905, and that's very solid for a goaltender.
Yeah, this might be a very interesting contest with the Manitoba Moose on an extended road trip, at least over the next 5 days. They're going to be very anxious about every game that they play. Meanwhile, the Phoenix Roadrunners should be a very loose hockey club.
They certainly should. They can play spoilers for the rest of the year. They're playing for pride. A lot of players need jobs for next year. They're going to come out and give it their best effort.
All right, so let's get it started here on Cox Sports and TSN. We've got the opening face-off of tonight's game, the Roadrunners and the Manitoba Moose, coming up right after this timeout.
The Dodge Ram. It's got a lot of room on the inside and a grill that gives you a whole lot of room on the outside.
He doesn't really talk about his hair, but I know he thinks about it. I've seen him check it in the mirror. That's why I got him Pantene Pro V shampoo and treatment conditioner to help keep his hair strong. The Pro Vitamin formula penetrates root to tip, while the conditioners improve the hair, helping to keep it looking really healthy, really strong. I notice a difference now. He does too. Pantene Pro V, for hair so healthy looking it shines.
Oh, hi. It's Midas days, and that's why we can't afford a complete commercial. We couldn't afford the whole screen. But, you know, what we saved, we're passing on to you. For a limited time, Midas will give you a computerized wheel alignment, plus balance all 4 wheels and rotate your tires, all for an amazing $39.95. They even inspect your brakes for free. What a deal. Okay, so you lean in and squint, and the commercial will look perfectly normal. Huh? Midas, the way it should be.
Oh, yeah, and offer ends March 29th.
Imagine the longest trail in the world. That's the Trans-Canada Trail. Hello, I'm Red Green, asking for your support in this grand endeavor. A national trail for all Canadians to enjoy.
Each donation you give makes a meter of trail. In recognition, your name or those of family or friends will be permanently imprinted in trail pavilions.
That's the Trans-Canada Trail. Call and put your name on it.
Phoenix Roadrunner Hockey on Cox Sports is brought to you by Red Robin Restaurants, a great place to flock with friends. That is Kevin Gallagher and the national anthem here in the Coliseum in Phoenix, Arizona. We're happy to have you along, the Roadrunners and the Manitoba Moose. Dave Cannell along with Darren Beach. Director tonight is Dan Siegman, the producer Bob Adlock. Referee Tim Peel. The linesman Tony Knowles and Pete Masana. Freddie Brathwaite in nets for the Manitoba Moose, looking for win number 22 on the season. Roadrunners countering with Jamie Storr. Storr looking for his 15th win of the year. Top draft pick of the Los Angeles Kings. Todd Harkins ready to step into the circle. And now coming to center ice, Scott McCrory is going to get it started. Tim Peel, the referee. It means everything to the Manitoba Moose. It is playing for pride for the Phoenix Roadrunners, and we're underway here in the Coliseum. Sent in by Brad Tiley and handled by Chris Talk. Talk up to McCrory. He'll feed on the left wing into the Roadrunner zone, and off the play onto the stick of Jamie Storr, steered into the corner, back out to the point and now through a neutral ice. And now the Moose will control. It'll be a while as these two teams take a look at each other again. It hasn't been since the early part of November that they played.
That's a long time ago without seeing a hockey team. You can't really develop any type of a rivalry. You know each player and each team, but you really don't know how everybody has done over the years.
I'm sending it forward and then deflected down into the Roadrunner zone where it's played by John Slaney, and now a whistle as we got a problem in front of the Manitoba bench and a player down. Talk is down. Now being attended to by the trainer, Ross Hodgkinson. So they'll take a chance. They'll take a moment here just to make sure he's okay.
I didn't really see what happened there. It looked like possibly he was making a change and didn't quite get over the boards. And like he's favoring that right groin or knee.
should be all right. Should be able to return to the play. Chris Contos, Dale DeGray, not suited for Manitoba tonight. He's having a few problems. He's stretching that out a little bit. It might be a little while before Chris comes back. Roadrunners without Dave Tomlinson, Mike Hudson, Steve McKenna's in Los Angeles for the Kings, along with J.C. Bergeron, Todd Gillingham, Jamie Hearn, and Steve Ewell.
That's got to be a big confidence builder for Steve McKenna being called up and going on the road trip with the Los Angeles Kings. Robbie Laird was speaking with me earlier about it, and he's real happy about that call-up.
Manitoba won last night in Las Vegas by a score of 6-3, playing 4 games through the next 5 nights. We have a whistle in the net has come off in the Manitoba end, off of its post, and so they'll put it back on and get everything set. Freddie will be settling in again. Freddie says, I can't play net this way.
I got to be comfortable out here. You can't be bumping my net off. It's boring.
Freddie Brathwaite's having a pretty good season for the Manitoba Moose, and as we were talking about earlier, this is our first look too at the Manitoba Moose. It's odd that in the conference the Runners and Manitoba play each other only twice.
Only twice. Normally, if it's an unbalanced schedule, they play each other at least 3 times and go either to Manitoba, or Manitoba would come here twice.
Yeah, that's Marinucci pushing Riccardi into the net. That's how it came loose, as they'll feed it back into the Manitoba zone. That's going to be whistled down offside. Tony Knowles, the linesman, got caught up over with Andrew Dale on the far side. There's Tony. And from that mix-up along the boards, Tony is skating it off a little bit. He looks like he banged up that left knee, and we'll give away to Pete Massano, who handled the face-off just outside the Moose blue line. Early on, first period, no score here in Phoenix. The first 2 minutes of our hockey game. Manitoba with the only shot on goal, and it wasn't much of a shot, a weak one that came from the left boards on a backhand that Jamie Storr had absolutely no problem with. Tap down at the blue line, after it, Mallett. He'll give way into the middle. Here's Crowley. Ed Crowley. Crowley wrapping it along the boards. Defenseman pinched up against those boards, near side by Sean Anderson. Back out to neutral ice. Chance down the left wing. Into the zone. Wrist shot. Stopped by Storr. Rebound off the post. Pankowitz shot off of Storr, then got his own rebound and set it off the left post. To neutral ice. Manitoba wearing their normally white home uniform, and on the road in the second half of the season with the black and the green trim. Roadrunners in their dark blue, black, silver trimmed uniforms. Here in the Coliseum in Phoenix will control out of its own end. To neutral ice. Tiley dropping it off left side. Wrist shot coming up by Medill. Caught by Brathwaite. And he'll stop play.
Roadrunners first shot off. Trouble with that from the far boards. Tough angle, but just to get a handle on it, get a good glove on it, and get the feel for that puck early.
Take a look at the shot from Jeff Medill, just picked up as a free agent by Phoenix.
Stop the off wing, a quick little snapper. Freddie comes out, cuts down the angle, makes that save look easy.
Jeff Medill, well-traveled Jeff Medill. Got up as a free agent from the Kansas City Blades. That was just prior to the deadline, March the 20th. Jeff playing in his second game for Phoenix, actually third game for the Roadrunners. 17:37 remaining here in this first period. No score. Dave Tennell along with Darren Veach. And now into the zone on the right side is Steve Wilson. Wilson, former Roadrunner, had a chance to talk to Willie prior to the game, and he said he was enjoying it for sure with the Moose. Pass through the crease in front of Jamie Storr. Knocked down by Chris Schmidt off the boards. Wrapped around the boards. That goes behind Slaney, and then Potomski will deflect it out to neutral ice. Going to be handled by McCrory. McCrory lifting it up into the right wing corner, and now Storr playing it behind his own net. Brad Tyler giving it up to Slaney. Runners having a little bit of a problem getting out of their own zone from the left point. The shot intercepted in the slot to the middle. This is Slaney. Slaney tried to work it through the defense, but it was no go. Wayne Strawn will send it back to neutral ice. Slaney after it. Offside is going to be called here, as sliding into the zone was Wayne Strawn ahead of the play. And that'll stop play with 16:38 remaining in this first period. No score. Roadrunners and the Manitoba Moose.
The temperatures rise and there's 3 ways to play. With the triple win sweepstakes, you can save every day. You can enter to win a brand new Plymouth Freeze with scratch and win savings. Enter often as you please. Kmart's got the fever and cold hockey cash. Get yourself together and get to Kmart fast, cause Kmart's triple win sweepstakes is way too hot to last.
At Maple Leaf, when we reduced the fat in our new lean and light wieners and bologna, we tested the taste with families just like yours. We found we could reduce the fat by 60%, and lean and light would still have that mouth-watering Maple Leaf taste. Any less fat? Well then, we'd appeal to only some members of the family. The uncompromised great taste of new Maple Leaf Lean and Light. Taste that's a cut above.
Darren Beach back in the Coliseum in Phoenix. Roadrunners and the Manitoba Moose, no score first period. 16:38 remaining. Here in this first period, we're just getting it underway. Second meeting of the year between these two teams. The Moose winning the first one back in November to start the season 5-1. A lot of changes since then on both teams.
A lot of names off the Roadrunner roster are not here, and a lot of new names on the roster.
Offside Phoenix. Matter of fact, Phoenix has only 4 players back, I think, that played in that game. The Roadrunners, you take a look at Phoenix. As you look at Trevor Roenick, who's playing in his second game for Phoenix. Played at the University of Maine. Trevor is the brother of Jeremy Roenick, who plays across town with the Phoenix Coyotes in the National Hockey League.
It makes it a lot easier for them to visit each other, I would think, being in the same town. Although I heard that Trevor didn't get invited to JR's golf tournament. He had a golf tournament the other day.
And he didn't get invited?
Didn't get invited. I think he had to practice.
Icing on Manitoba. Did you get invited to that golf tournament? You're quite a golfer.
He's got my number, and he didn't call me either.
Well, he probably heard about that hole-in-one that you got the other day out here.
Exactly. You know, you were mentioning Steve Wilson earlier, and I'm sure you have it somewhere in your stat pad that Steve and I were traded for each other last year. I don't know if you remember that.
That is right. To Peoria for Darren Veach. Came to the Phoenix Roadrunners. Finished out his playing career right here in this building.
That's exactly right.
Got a little plaque down there in the stage. It's a little hard to find.
Very little.
It's underneath the stand. It's a shot from the high slot. Score off the crossbar.
Right off the face-off, the draw won cleanly by Marinucci. Right back to Crowley, who one times it right off the crossbar. It looked like it surprised Brathwaite. Went right over his left shoulder into the top corner.
Crowley, his 12th goal of the season. He just
ripped it. A quick
it up.
snapshot right in the top corner. Freddie didn't have a chance on that one.
Roadrunner's second shot on goal in the game. And Phoenix normally scores first in the first period, or that has been the case at least over the last 30 to 45 days. As a familiar 1-0 lead in the first period.
His 12th of the season, scored by number 19.
Crowley came to the Roadrunners from Cincinnati in a trade for Paul DiPietro. And Crowley, for the Phoenix Roadrunners, playing in his 24th game for Phoenix.
He's really been a nice addition to the hockey club as well. He's added some strength on the power play with that big shot, which was just a great example right there. But he's also steadied the team down in the defensive zone.
Ever since the Roadrunners really have fallen out of the playoff picture, now been mathematically eliminated. He's gotten more active offensively, as Slaney has always been an offensive defenseman, and Crowley has too in his career, but they seem to have been given more latitude now on that offense. Down into the zone, into the Moose end of the ice, as it is cleared out by Kent Ferns. Sent back in by Slaney. John Slaney played a lot of the season with the Los Angeles Kings, and the high slot manages to sweep the puck away. onto the far boards. Byrne going after it. On him, Jeff Medill. Moose try to break out of their own zone, but it's taken by Tyler. Now Medill backhanding it down into the Manitoba zone. Up to McCrory. McCrory dumping it in, played with a high stick by Batirshin, and he's going to get whistled here. That'll cause a face-off in the Roadrunner zone with 14:58 remaining in this first period, and Phoenix with a 1-0 lead.
It's a chance we get to look at David Emma as well, being acquired last Saturday. It's the first game that I've gotten a chance to look at him. He was the Hobie Baker winner at Boston College. I think it was in 89-90.
Emma being assigned by the Boston Bruins out of province through the Roadrunners. Rob Laird behind the Roadrunner bench. He got a shot of Randy Carlisle just prior to that. Laird closing in on his 100th win as the Roadrunner coach. He has 97. Love to get that 100th this year because it would mean that his team would finish strong. From the high slot, shot wide of the right post, put on by Riccardi. McCrory pinched between players, loses possession. To neutralize, Potomski can't catch up. It's going to be played by Crowley. Ted Crowley drifting back into his own zone. It's Scott Arneal on him. Now moving ahead is Potomski. McCrory on him. Potomski out front, shot stopped by Brett Wade, and the rebound knocked away. Arneal feeding it across ice into the zone. Corey knocked down on the play, and Jamie Storr will scoop it over into the corner. Now a shot wide of the right post. Fed along the boards, but not out. Takes an odd carom. Shot stopped by Storr. Rebound. Still out front. Circle to Storr's left. Popped up into the air. Jamie will catch it like a first baseman. In true tradition here, the Cactus League baseball season going on in preparation for Major League Baseball, and Jamie Storr shows his talents.
Yeah, he certainly does. He's not taking any more chances with that. Arneal had a couple good shots off there with a couple rebounds laying around. One more chance. Popped up in the air, and Jamie says, I'm grabbing onto this and stopping this thing.
It's a tough play for a goaltender, too, when the puck plays free in a position he can't get to it. You'll find it in that circle to his left. There, he would love to jump out on it. Now watch this. I got it.
The real hard part about that is if the defenseman goes for it at the same time.
Yeah.
And we know we've seen that a lot in baseball. It happens in hockey as well.
Battle out of a right wing corner, up into the air, batted forward, and that would have been a hand pass had it been played by the Moose. After it, Chris Talk. So Talk is back after getting shaken up early on in this first period. 1-0 Phoenix here in the Coliseum. 13:50 remaining in the first period. Roadrunners possession in the Manitoba zone. Pankowitz bringing it out from behind his own net. Pankowitz having a good season with the Moves. Giving it up, try to get it back again. He'll slide it into the Roadrunner zone where Slaney will take it. Slaney behind his own net. Right side, Mallet going after it. This will be icing on Phoenix. Mallet couldn't get there in time, and that'll stop play with 13:23 remaining here in the first period. That's Kurt Mallet, new daddy. Trevor's only not even a week old yet, and he's a very proud papa. He got a goal and an assist in the game on the day that his son was born in Jacksonville, Florida.
He's really played well since being called up. He had some good energy. He's got good jumps into the holes. He's got some good offensive skills.
Came from the East Coast Hockey League and signed on with the Roadrunners on a tryout contract prior to the deadline on March 20th. Face off in the Roadrunner zone. Marinucci to take this draw for Phoenix. He'll step in now against Strong. Draw to the Roadrunners. Pass behind the net by Brierly. Taken by Crowley, back to Brierly. Brierly lifting it up. Medill can't glove it. It's taken by Marinucci, and that's going to be a hand pass. Evidently it did touch the glove of Medill.
I don't think it was an on-purpose glove pass through the neutral zone. You're not allowed to do that. It looked like Jeff was just going up to grab it. He didn't close his hand on it, but it hit his glove. So I don't know if you really want to consider that a hand pass. But that's what the call is going to be nevertheless.
So they'll whistle it down and we'll face it off. I was just looking over the stat sheet for the Roadrunners. We were talking about the change in this hockey team. 3 of the top 6 scorers on this Roadrunner Hockey Club not here anymore. And they're still ranked high in the scoring.
Exactly.
Gone is Ken McRae, Jeff Chevalier, and Paul DiPietro. Dave Tomlinson, Todd Gillingham, and Chris Marinucci still here. So the Roadrunners looking to the future a little bit. Off the boards, behind the net. Out of the right wing corner. Briley can't catch up to it, but it's taken now by Crowley. Crowley leaving it off the left wing boards, deflected towards Jamie Storr by Scott Arneal, and Storr got a glove on it and saved it. 12:53 remaining in this first period. There's a stoppage in play, so we'll take a break. 1-0 Phoenix.
This is my idea of a challenge. So when I took the high endurance challenge from Old Spice, that's what I thought I was getting into. What I got was a sure thing. High endurance deodorant. It evaporates less quickly than the leading stick. It also lasts longer and protects better. Old Spice even guarantees it. Or call 1-800-PROVE-IT and they'll buy you a stick of yours. So if you're looking for a real challenge, the sky's the limit. If you're looking for the best deodorant, try high endurance from Old Spice. Because now you've got proof. And a guarantee.
Rainbow tortellini with marinara sauce. Spinach, linguine, and 4 cheese sauce.
You may have already tasted Olivieri fresh pasta and gourmet sauces. Olivieri, as good to cook as it is to serve.
Sun-dried tomato pesto sauce on angel hair pasta.
All right, everybody, to the kitchen!
Olivieri, as good as it gets.
Our next game on Cox Sports here in the Phoenix area will be Sunday morning, 9 a.m. when the Roadrunners and the Long Beach Ice Dogs face each other here in this building. Face off in the Roadrunner zone, 1-0 Phoenix. 12:53 remaining in the first period as you look at Todd Harkins, another late season addition for the Phoenix Roadrunners. Journeyman, been around the league a while.
Certainly has.
Draw handled by Phoenix, and Potomski will just deflect it out to neutral ice and lost his stick in the play. Shot back into the zone, could get an icing call here, and we do. Icing on the Moose.
Moose, icing.
Potter just wanted to get that stick back there, so that whistle was good for him. That's his gamer. That's his goal-scored stick right there.
Wanted to get the other one back. Barry Potomski started the season with the Los Angeles Kings. Joined the Roadrunners about halfway through the season. A couple of goals this year. Strong physical player. Plays on the checking line. Up with Chris Schmidt and Todd Harkins. Face-off circle to the right of Fred Brathwaite. The Moose led in scoring, as we talked about, Scott McCrory with 23 goals, 39 assists, and 62 points on the season. Pankowitz, who had an opportunity here in this first period and hit the post on his first shot of the game. 27 goals this season for the Moose, 55 points. McCrory leaving it in the Roadrunner zone on the boards behind the net, flipped out in front. This will come into the high slot. Runners try to clear, no, taken away. And deep right in front, Arneal, backhand shot, stopped by Storr. Wow, turnover by the Runners in the high slot. Pass to Arneal, and a veteran like that doesn't miss very often.
Right inside the blue line. Arneal has scored many goals in this hockey league and the National Hockey League. The giveaway there at the blue line, Arneal right in all alone on Jamie Storr. Jamie comes up big with a save.
Huge save by Storr.
Just squeaks right through, gets all the way through all that traffic, right to Scott.
Taller is the guy.
The pad save there.
Yeah. It was Sean Taller who at the blue line got the Roadrunner turnover, and he just fed a nifty little pass to Arneal, and he had to thread the needle a little bit. Taller, a rookie for this Manitoba Moose hockey team, having a pretty good season in 63 games, 19 goals, 28 assists. They battle in front of the penalty box. Marinucci, who got an assist on the goal by Crowley here in this first period, along with Trevor Roenick, his first point as a Roadrunner. Roenick who had a goal and an assist in Springfield in the American Hockey League before joining Phoenix. Playing here in the International Hockey League. Just joined the Roadrunners a couple of games ago. Brad Tiley. Tiley in front of Jamie Storr. Boy, that's a dangerous play. When maneuvering the puck like that, a goaltender has got to swallow hard. Knocked down, kept alive in the Roadrunner zone. Fed behind the net by Strawn, and now Marinucci's going to pull it out. Up comes Medill. Now Slaney. Here's Tiley's shot off the backboards. Marinucci working behind the net. Wraparound try coming up. Freddie Brathwaite was right there. Loose with possession. And now whistled down, and behind the play we've got a penalty, and I believe this will go on both sides. Looks like Medill and Ferns are both going to go. Ferns at least. High stick? No, that's it.
It looks like it might just be Ferns there on the play, behind the play.
Well, as he whistled it down, quickly, I thought maybe it was going to be both, but Moose in possession of the puck, and Ferns got the penalty.
Penalty number 28, Jeff Ferns. 2 minutes for high sticking.
2 minutes high sticking. The Runners will have the first power play of the night.
First period.
Phoenix has only 3 shots on. 11:03 remaining in this first period, but the Roadrunners lead at 1-0. Phoenix power play. Well, it's improving. 16th in the league right now. 56 power play goals on the season. Scoring just over 15% of the time. Slaney out with Crowley at the points. Andrew Dale, Mallet starting up front along with Dave Emma. And now everybody bunched up on the right wing boards looking for possession. And Phoenix will set it up here. Cross ice by Crowley. Slaney winds up, shot deflected, and that went over the right shoulder, but just wide of the left post. Freddie Brathwaite taking a good look at that one. On the right wing side in the zone. Dropped by Emma. Back to Emma. Out in front. Emma shot. Stopped by Freddie Brathwaite, and the loose puck in the slot cleared out.
Nice give and go work by Dale and Emma there. Emma not quite getting the shot off.
Score. Gave up the puck behind his own net as he was confronted there by Korolev. Knocked down and neutral ice. Forward into the zone, Sean Anderson. Shot blocked by Slaney. Now Crowley will pass it out to his own blue line. 48 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Anderson will break it up at neutral ice. He's going to get it back again. Anderson coming down the right wing into the zone. Anderson slides it towards Storr, and Storr will gobble it up.
Jamie Storr solid so far in this game, making another big save there to keep these Roadrunners ahead 1-0 in this game.
Take a look at this save by Jamie Storr.
Sean Anderson up on the play as a defenseman, ends up getting a break. Didn't quite have the speed to get around the defenseman all the way, but Jamie Storr stayed with him nicely and made that save. Sticks the leg out there to keep the defenseman from poking that puck off the stick, and gets a chance on Jamie Storr.
Face-off circle to Storr's right. 9:43 remaining in the first. The Moose won 14 out of their last 20 games. Manitoba trying to catch Kansas City and Chicago for a playoff spot, one of those two teams, for a playoff spot in the Western Conference. Loose in the left wing corner. Handled now by Slaney. Defense there by Christie. Slaney will bring it out himself. Don Slaney through neutral ice. Into the zone. Stops in the high slot. Waits. Over the stick of Marinucci. Behind the Manitoba net. McCrory's going to play this, and he'll lift it out. 14 seconds remaining in the man advantage. The Moose 11th in the league in penalty killing this season. Knocked down side of the net into the slot. Chance here. High slot. Tiley. Wrist shot coming up. Stopped by Brathwaite, and the rebound kicked over into the corner. Penalty is over, and the team's back at equal strength. Burns out of the penalty box. Slaney having a little trouble controlling it. Now at the blue line, Eric DuBois giving it up. Riccardi try to get it to Scott Arneal. Tiley lifting the puck. This will drop into the corner. No, Braithwaite's going to have to play it, so there's no icing. Knocked down, picked off by Batirshin as Thaler was knocked down, and then a huge hit by Steve Wilson at the blue line on Chris Schmidt, the rookie. Into the zone, here come the Moose. Into the middle, shot wide of the left post. Off the backboards, whistled down, and we've got a penalty coming up here, I believe, on the Roadrunners.
I think it's going to be Schmidt on Wilson, a retaliatory penalty. Wilson laid a good check on Schmidt at the blue line. Schmidt didn't take a liking to it and gave him a couple whacks coming up the ice, and Tim Peel was right there to make the call.
There's Steve Wilson, who played for the Phoenix Roadrunners. And you mentioned he went to Peoria for the trade that brought Darren Beach, my partner up here. A blockbuster trade. I used to call him Bam Bam here in Phoenix when he played for the Roadrunners. And this is why. Watch right here. Boom. He was famous in this building for hits just like that when he played for the Roadrunners.
He gets 3 or 4 of those a night. He really looks for those big hits, and that really gets his team going. That's the way he contributes to the hockey club. Takes the body all the time. Steady defenseman, moves the puck and gets the puck out of the zone. Doesn't make many mistakes.
Schmidt gets the penalty now, and he may be a youngster, a rookie, but I'll tell you what, he's not a small kid at all.
He's a big boy. I think we got him to tell us his weight a couple of games ago. We thought he was around 210, and he admitted to being, what, 225?
I think he's somewhere around there. We were trying to help him out with the coach, but he wouldn't take it. Now, the Moose on the power play for the first time tonight. Roadrunners with a 1-0 lead here in Phoenix. Glad to have you along in our broadcast. From the high slot, shot caught by Storr, and he'll say enough of that. Anderson putting the shot on goal from the high slot.
Mallett doing a good job getting out, sliding to try and block that shot. Just threw Anderson off enough to not get that good shot off on Jamie Storr. Jamie Storr makes that save look easy.
Minute 44 remaining in the man advantage.
There's Mallett, just dives out enough to throw Anderson off, and Jamie makes an easy glove save.
Manitoba 7th in the league in the power play this season. 64 power play goals, scoring just over 18% of the time. And the Roadrunners 9th in the league this season in penalty killing as you look at Jamie Storr. To the right point. In the Roadrunners zone, deflected away to look out. Thaler feeding it back now to Anderson. Cross ice. Back to Anderson. No. Deflected. Arneal's going to pick it up to Anderson. Anderson with it. Anderson waiting from the high slot. Shot. Storr had to go off the pad. Swept away by Marinucci, and he'll clear.
Great job defensively getting back to help those defense out. Marinucci grabs the puck and gets it down the ice.
Ahead into the zone. Knocked away and back out to neutral ice off Arneal's stick. McCrory had it taken away. Fed the length of the ice with a minute remaining in the man advantage for the Manitoba Moose. Ruslan Batirshin, second year with Phoenix, will clear it out. Up ahead, Eric Dubois. Through neutral ice, battling with Kurt Mallett. Crowley will play this. The Moose will have to retreat, start over again. 30 seconds remaining in the man advantage. 6:43 remaining in the first period. 1-0 Roadrunners. Back to get it, Korolut. Alex Korolut with a race through neutral ice, swept off his stick by Dave Emmett. Kent Burns. Here's Korolut again. Drops it over the blue line, and the Roadrunners will have an easy time of this as Slaney just drops it off at neutral ice, and that does it. Penalty is over, and Chris Schmidt's back on the ice.
Runners did a great job forcing the puck through the neutral zone there, forcing the Moose to move the puck when they didn't want to, and killed that penalty off quite easily.
Offside Phoenix. We got a stoppage in play. We'll take a break. 6:08 remaining here in the first period. 1-0 Roadrunners.
Arm yourself with new Arm & Hammer baking soda deodorant. This man used Arm & Hammer under one arm, deodorant without baking soda under the other. That night, odor detectors proved we significantly reduced odor. The other covered it up. Arm & Hammer, a new kind of deodorant protection.
Jesse, you're next.
I'm all yours.
Save it for the stage, Romeo.
Carol always gives it to me straight.
like when she told me about my...
I told him about Head & Shoulders. Regular shampoos just rinse flakes away so they could come back. Head & Shoulders helps prevent flakes from even forming. You see the difference? You look great.
Thanks, but will it get me this part?
Couldn't hurt.
Head & Shoulders, because great hair can't have flakes.
Hey, break a leg.
It's tennis time. Celebrate spring with the hot action at the Lipton Tennis Championships. Thursday and Friday, catch the women's and men's semifinals right here on TSN.
Back in the Coliseum in Phoenix, Dave Tennell along with Darren Beach. Happy to have you along on our Roadrunner broadcast tonight with the Manitoba Moose. And happy to have everyone along throughout Canada on TSN this evening. Roadrunners with a 1-0 lead. Manitoba's outshot Phoenix 9-5 so far in the hockey game. 5:47 remaining in this first period. Even strength here as Phoenix battles in the Minnesota zone. Jeff Medill out to the blue line. Shot caught by Brathwaite and then dropped, and he'll gobble it up again. Fired on by Sean O'Brien from the blue line. O'Brien, their acquisition late in the season, in from Utah for Yaroslav Modric.
We interviewed him a couple games ago, and he spoke about originally being a defenseman and moving up onto the wing and saying how much that he likes to skate and likes to get in on the forecheck. And I'll tell you what, he really made a nice transition from defense to forward. He's got good skating skills and he shoots the puck well. And he's got 21, 22 goals to show for it.
Runners again playing with 5 defensemen tonight. Peterson, Brierly, Kiley. We've got Crowley, Slaney. Face-off circle to the right of Fred Brathwaite. The draw to Phoenix. From the left point, Peterson shot. Oh! Brathwaite with a nifty save. Just flicked out that glove in that left hand. And
a huge glove save there. I think it was tipped a little bit too coming through the pack as it changed direction, went up a little higher. He just threw the glove up and grabbed that out of the air nicely.
Freddie looking for win number 22 on the season. 1,378 saves coming in. That ranks him up high in the league. Goals against at 3.30. Very, very respectable save percentage. Face off again, circle to Brathwaite's right. Harkins to take the draw for Phoenix. Sent behind the net. Scott Arneal's going to play it for Manitoba. Intercepted by Peterson. Now played by the Moose. Riccardi dropping it off to center. Thaler feeding it in. Stopped by Jamie Storr. Storr's just going to sit on this one now as there are too many white jerseys around and not enough dark jerseys there to help out.
Jamie looked to make a play there, and he thought better of it and decided to cover that up. I don't want to take any unnecessary chances. And
there's the veteran Scott Arneal, Andy Carlisle on the bench. We'll be talking with the coach later in our broadcast about this road trip. Very important road trip for Manitoba that is on right now.
Norris Trophy winner right there, Randy Carlisle.
Face-off circle to the left of Jamie Storr. Emma in the circle against Gillen. They're going to chase Emma. Andrew Dale, the rookie, will step in. Roadrunners started with 5 rookies this season, and Andrew Dale was one of them. They got off to a very slow start. 4-18-4 before Rob Laird took over the hockey team. And they have just never been able to dig out of the hole. And neutral ice, Andrew Dale will send it down into the zone. Brathwaite had to go off his stick, came right out in front. And then knocked away, and it is whistled down, and we got a penalty here.
Looks like it's going to be Steve Wilson on an interference call or a hooking call on the forecheck, trying to run a little interference for his defensive partner, and ends up getting caught.
So Steve into the penalty box. Phoenix will have its second power play when we come back. 4:48 remaining in the first.
Deli shaved Black Forest ham, oven roasted turkey and chicken, assorted sub.
Popular downtown deli or the Winklers on Maple Street. Introducing the new and improved taste of Maple Leaf sandwich meats that will turn your home into a deli. Deli shaved Black Forest ham, oven roasted turkey and chicken. Sub Express with ham, bologna, and summer sausage.
You forgot the musker on table 7.
And you forgot your check.
New Maple Leaf sandwich meats. Taste that's a cut above.
Steve Wilson's in the penalty box, 2 minutes for hooking, and Phoenix has its second power play of the night and a 1-0 lead in this game against the Manitoba Moose. Here in the Coliseum in Phoenix, 4:46 remaining in the first period. Roadrunners with the man advantage, setting up the power play in the zone, poked off the stick and then sent behind the Moose net, cleared out by Dubois. Brad Tiley will skate this down. Tiley will take his time. Phoenix with so many new faces, having joined the club since March the 20th. And it's been difficult then to put together a power play, really.
Nobody knows who's going to be on the power play together. They can't really put together a 5-man unit. These things could change from day to day.
Right now, Jeff Medill chasing it down, and Chris Marinucci out there with Sean O'Brien. Phoenix in its own zone, handled by John Slaney. Slaney to the blue line. Over the stick of Marinucci. Dubois tries to clear it. Kept in by the Roadrunners with a man advantage. This will come to Slaney. To Marinucci behind the net. Medill letting it go. Then cleared off the plexiglass by Christie and the length of the ice into the Roadrunner zone. 40 seconds remaining in the power play for Phoenix. Slaney to Crowley. That was behind Emma, but he gets it anyway. Emma down the left wing with it. Emma into the zone. Skates off. Now shot by Slaney. Set up perfectly by Emma. Wide of the right post. Crowley will catch up with this. Now Emma, 16 seconds remaining here in the power play. 3 minutes to go in the first period. Mallett stops, back to Emma. Emma to Mallett. Brierly didn't get all of it. Didn't get much of it. Kept in by Mallett. Shot wide of the right post. Off the right wing boards. Crowley's shot was deflected by Mallett. Very active on this power play. It's now over. They're back at equal strength. Kind of game that Kurt Mallett plays. Wilson clears this back into the Roadrunner zone. We'll get an icing call here on Manitoba.
No real opportunities on that power play. Roadrunners not getting a good chance to set it up and get a good shot at the net. Anytime they did take a shot, it was fanned on. So no real opportunities on that power play.
Roadrunners led in scoring by Chris Marinucci. As you look at the Roadrunner bench, Rob Laird behind that bench. 25 goals for Marinucci, 59 points. Ken McCrae, second, is no longer on the team. He's in Providence in the American Hockey League. Went there in exchange for Dave Emma. Todd Gillingham playing tonight, third in scoring with 41 points and 17 goals. Dave Tomlinson is fourth. He is not suited tonight, but still on this team. Just had some problems with some concussions, and he's sitting out this one. The next two scores for Phoenix, Chevalier and DiPietro, no longer with the team. Chevalier's in Los Angeles with the Kings, DiPietro in Cincinnati. Went there on a trade for Crowley, who will come back to get this puck right now behind his own net. And Jamie Storr putting on a little interference behind the net as Craig Johnson got tripped up. After it, Kent Burns to neutral ice. Some big hitting going on as Potomski went into Ferns. A minute 40 remaining here in this first period. Up the middle, that was just out of the reach of Wayne Strong. Storr to play it. Knocked down into the right wing corner. And now whistled down, and we have a penalty here.
It looks to be on, well, I was going to say the Moose, but looks like Brierly going to the box, but the Moose had control of the puck.
I was going to say the same thing. I was I waited there for a second myself because it was obvious the Moose controlling the puck out of the right wing corner. The whistle blew, and
I think Tim Field just wanted the penalties to be all even up before they go off for the first period. You never know.
Brierly in the box, 2 minutes for hooking. Holding the stick is the call they're going to say now. So this will carry over into the second period if the Moose, Manitoba does not score here. Face-off circle to Storrs left, handled by Phoenix. Second power play of the night for Manitoba. They really got nothing going at all in the first power play. Phoenix now coming in with the 9th ranked penalty killing unit in the league, but really that's a very misleading stat because so many players have changed here. Here's Arneal into the zone. Arneal going deep. Backhand shot. Stopped by Jamie Storr. What great position by Storr on that backhand try. Anderson. Near boards. McCrory back to Anderson. Anderson waiting. Sean now to McCrory. McCrory with it. Back to Anderson. No, it was intercepted by O'Brien, and he clears. Ahead into the zone. Dropped off. Arneal after it. Cleared out by Crowley. Emma racing after this. Led Brathwaite behind his own net to play it. Get it to Sean Anderson. Up ahead, Scott Arneal. Into the zone, played by Emma. Tall just could not get there. Anderson with it now at back of neutral ice. 13 seconds remaining in the period. 40 seconds to go in the man advantage. It will carry over to the second period. Offside will be called as just ahead of the play was Sean Anderson.
Arneal with the one great chance early, making a nice move coming in all alone on Jamie Storr. Jamie Storr, of course, making a big save there for the Roadrunners, but that's the only real opportunity that they've had so far in this power play.
That was a second chance in this period for Scott Arneal. Here it is.
Here's the play up here, and he just delays a little bit, pulls it back inside, lets Kiley slide by, and Jamie stays with him nicely. Makes a double pad save coming across the net.
Well, that had 5-hole written all over it, right?
Jamie's been known to have a couple go through that 5-hole.
Not so far tonight.
He pulled those pads together nicely and made that save.
Final seconds of this first period. And the Roadrunners will skate off with a 1-0 lead, being outshot 11-8 in the hockey game. But a good period of hockey for the Roadrunners.
Good period of hockey for the Roadrunners. 1-0 lead going in. Robbie Laird's got to be happy with that. Anytime you're leading, you have to be happy.
We're going to take a break here and come back with Roadrunner Update. The chance to talk with Chris Marinucci of the Roadrunners in a moment.
This sports break is brought to you by Right Guard Clear Stick. Now, perspiration hasn't a chance.
Hi, folks. Pleasure to welcome you to the newsroom. This is a TSN website. Dial us up at tsn.ca. Right now, we'll dial up the Montreal Canadiens facing Mario Lemieux. Last time he played in Montreal, he had 4 goals. This could be his final appearance, though, in Montreal, and he has not scored in his last 3 games. Not a point. That's the longest drought of his career. No scoring problems for the Canadiens early. Scott Thornton with an excellent feed at Turner Stevenson. Montreal with 4 goals in their first 5 shots. Lemieux does get on the score sheet. That is a beautiful feed to Kevin Hatcher for his second assist of the night. But look at the scoreboard. The Canadiens all over the Penguins. 7-3. Pittsburgh's in the tank. Montreal's come alive of late. Montreal leading Pittsburgh. Meanwhile, this is a brawl-filled game. Revenge on the minds of the Detroit Red Wings 4-3. Please join us for the next edition of Sports Desk, midnight Eastern, right after the hockey on TSN.
To impress the gentler set, one mustn't allow perspiration to run amok. Thus, I introduced this new approach to wetness and odor protection. New Right Guard Clear Stick. All the protection of a white stick, now in a clear stick. So clear, there's no flaky white stuff. Now perspiration hasn't a chance with this new advance. New Right Guard Clear Stick. Anything less would be uncivilized.
McCain changed potatoes into crispy bite-sized taters.
It's McCain, tasty taters.
Bite-sized taters, crispy and golden brown on the outside. Crispy, so they lock in all that tender potato flavor you love.
You'll love the crispy flavor in our bite-sized taters.
McCain Tasty Taters in crispy bite-sized tater flavors. Cheese, regular, or Cajun.
The flavor in a bite-sized tater.
McCain Tasty Taters, crispy flavor in a bite-sized tater.
When Kenny Tyler's brother came back as a ghost, it was a miracle. You really bugging? Now, getting rid of him is a whole other ball game. Marlon Wayne. Come on, Muhammad Ugly. Kadeem Hardison. This only works if I keep a low profile. Negro, you impeccable. The Sixth Man. I'm fine. Start Friday, March 28th at a theater near you.
1-0 Phoenix at the end of the first period of play here in the Coliseum in Phoenix, Arizona. Dave Tennell along with Darren Veach, and happy to have you along on our Cox Sports broadcast being shown on TSN in Canada tonight. Chris Marinucci for the Roadrunners, leading scorer, 25 goals, 59 points on the season, an assist on the goal by Ted Crowley in that first period. Now, Chris, a goal and 3 assists in your last 4 games. If you look back over the stats, games played since you joined Phoenix, you've been very, very consistent. You've got to be happy with that.
Yeah, I think that my game got a little more consistent here when I came to Phoenix. Early in the year, I think I was a little fluctuated and playing well like 3-4 games in a row and then playing bad for 3. And so since I've been to Phoenix, I think it's been a little more consistent. Yeah, I do. I like that.
Yeah, but since March 20th, you've been looking around saying who's on the line.
Yeah.
A lot of new faces.
Yeah, it seems like I don't even know the guys in the locker room anymore. Every day I come there, I got to learn somebody else's name and learn their personalities.
Is the attitude, the atmosphere any different in that locker room at practice now that everybody knows the Roadrunners have been mathematically eliminated from any playoff appearance?
Well, I think the guys have been real good about it because, you know, we are professionals and we're getting paid to play. And I think everybody's been concentrating on playing their game first and thinking about the end of the season later. So I don't know if it's changed too much. I think everybody's just concentrating on one game at a time still.
Well, Darren Veach manages to point out to me time in and time out, you know, there's jobs to be had next year.
Certainly. Players have to play hard, and players have a lot of pride. They're not going to step down and quit on a year. They know that they have to play for something next year.
Yeah.
And they really want to do that.
Yeah, even, you know, when we know we're mathematically eliminated, still guys don't want to lose. You don't come into any game thinking that, well, we can lose this one. I mean, it just, guys have too much pride for that. So, you know, you play hard every game and you want to win every game. And that's all we can do right now. And like you said, play for next year's jobs.
Yeah, you know, that's a very interesting point, Chris, because, you know, sometimes fans, sometimes broadcasters get to that point where they say, well, they're not doing this and not doing that. Nobody comes to the arena to lose.
No.
Nobody wants to.
No. Everybody comes to the rink every day expecting to win and wanting to win and playing to win because, you know, before we were professionals, we weren't getting paid at all. And, you know, we just went to play out to win. That's it. So that's what the name of the game is, really.
And, of course, the Roadrunners have that great opportunity to be the spoiler.
Yeah, that's kind of one of our goals right now. We play some teams that are in the upper divisions, and, you know, we can hurt them a little bit. And Manitoba is one of them. They're going for the final playoff spot, and, you know, we kind of want to play the spoiler. It kind of make our season a little better down the end here.
Yeah, what about that first period of play with the Moose?
Well, I thought it was a little choppy. A lot of whistles, and it seems like the puck's jumping a lot. I don't know if there's a warm puck out there or the ice ain't so good, but it seemed real choppy to me.
All right, we'll take a look at the second period. Chris, thanks very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Chris Marinucci, leading scorer in the Runners. 25 goals on the season here in the first intermission on Roadrunner Update. 1-0 Phoenix. We'll be back to talk with head coach Rob Laird right after this timeout.
Temperatures rise and there's 3 ways to play. With the triple win sweepstakes you can save every day. You can enter to win a brand new Plymouth Freeze. With scratch and win savings, enter often as you please. Kmart's got the fever and cold hard cash. Get yourself together and get to Kmart fast, cause Kmart's triple win sweepstakes is way too hard to last. That's all it takes, a country style.
And hey, that's all it takes.
create with a Just One Taste of Spring Fever contest. So for a taste of spring, turn up a country style and turn up a winner. Collect to win, mail to win, or win instantly. Wow. More than 1 million prizes, like Duquesne party grills. Wow! Fabulous Lund boats with Honda outboard and trailer. And 5 Honda Shadow American Classic Editions. Woohoo! Hurry, Spring Fever won't last forever, so turn up a country style. Take the country style.
Wake up, folks. 15 cents a minute for long distance. Any day, any time, anywhere in Canada. That's just 15 cents a minute, any day, any time, anywhere in Canada.
I can call anytime I want.
This isn't a dream, it's long distance freedom.
15 cents a minute every minute!
Get the most for the least. Call Sprint Canada at 1-800-THE-MOST today.
Sorry, we don't sell ice cream.
Imagine the longest trail in the world. That's the Trans-Canada Trail. Hello, I'm Pat Burns, who asked you for your support in a grand endeavor, a national trail for all Canadians to enjoy.
Each donation you give makes a meter of trail. In recognition, your name or those of family or friends will be permanently imprinted in trail pavilions.
The Trans-Canada Trail. Call now and put your name on it.
There is something special about owning a John Deere. You wake up a little earlier on weekends. You skip morning coffee. And you really, really hate it when it rains. From trimmers to lawn and garden tractors, your John Deere dealer has all sorts of ways to make your work more enjoyable.
The Ice House on McDowell. With me is head coach Rob Laird of the Phoenix Roadrunners. Rob, obviously not the position that you would want this Roadrunner hockey team right now since taking over on December the 6th. What went right? What went wrong?
Well, Dave, we would like to be in the hunt for the playoffs right now, and I guess there's a lot of things that didn't go the way we wanted to go, and I don't want to make excuses for our hockey team. I guess the most obvious thing is that teams ahead of us, such as Kansas City, Manitoba, you know, they didn't falter. They actually picked up their game here, and you know, there was a point back in January where we made a pretty good move, and I thought we would get there if we could keep our guys together and in the same group together, but and that didn't happen.
Some people say this is an easier part of the season because the pressure is off, but is it really, or is it tougher to get the players up each game?
Well, it's a bit of a different challenge because you don't have the tangible reward for making the playoffs, but believe me, there's a lot of reasons why we play this game, and number one, we play this game to win, and you know, we send that message to the players every day, and they have to also look at you know, beyond this season. You know, we're trying to pick this hockey team for next year, and players have to be concerned about their contracts.
Right, when I look down this list, I see 105 transactions this season. How do you ever keep any continuity with 105 transactions?
Well, it's kind of funny you mentioned that, Dave. Yesterday we had our team pitcher, and there's only 2 players on our hockey team that were here from day one until yesterday. So, you know, a lot of change this year, and with a lot of change, it isn't always a very healthy thing here. But I got to tell you, we brought in a lot of new people over the last couple weeks, and they don't seem to have the baggage that comes with a long, difficult season. And the enthusiasm in our dressing room has been very good, and I guess that's a major concern right now, that we keep a healthy, positive attitude on this hockey team.
Yeah, Rob, you touched on it just briefly for a moment about next season. How do you prepare? How do you get ready? What do you do in these final few games of this season to look ahead to next year?
Well, in terms of evaluating players, that's the biggest thing right now. We want to see guys that compete under these conditions and are willing to sacrifice themselves for the hockey team, and give different people different opportunities right now, and perhaps expand their roles for next season.
Coach, what will you be doing in the off season?
Well, I'm not going to worry about that, Dave, until it is the off season. So I'll keep at hand with the task at hand and take care of that business later.
All right. Are you looking forward to your 100th win as a Roadrunner coach? You're very close right now.
Well, I'm not going to lose a lot of sleep if I don't make it, but I guess milestones are nice.
Yeah, they certainly are. Coach, thanks much.
Thank you.
Coach Rob Laird of the Phoenix Roadrunners. We're going to take another break here on Roadrunner Update. We'll be back with more right after this.
for a real challenge? This is it. If you're looking for a sure thing, take the High Endurance Challenge from Old Spice. This deodorant evaporates less quickly than the leading stick. It also lasts longer, protects better. So try High Endurance. It's a sure thing. And now you got proof. I know I do.
Deli shaved Black Forest ham, oven roasted turkey and chicken, assorted sub.
Popular downtown deli or the Winklers on Maple Street. Introducing the new and improved taste of Maple Leaf sandwich meats that will turn your home into a deli. Deli shaved Black Forest ham, oven roasted turkey and chicken. Sub Express with ham, bologna, and summer sausage.
You forgot the mustard on table 7.
And you forgot your check.
New Maple Leaf sandwich meats. Taste that's a cut above.
A $3.5 million purse. And the only thing tougher than the course is a field packed with big money players. The Players' Championship from Florida. Coverage begins Thursday on TSN.
Dave Tennell and Darren Beach back in the Coliseum with the Roadrunners leading the Manitoba Moose by a score of 1-0 at the end of the first period of play. And as we talked about, as the teams went off at the end of that first period, a good period of play for the Roadrunners. Of course, the Manitoba Moose looking at this as a 60-minute game, not a 20-minute game, so a 1-0 game is anybody's game.
Yeah, any coach will tell you that you have to play 60 minutes, and it's so obvious in this game of hockey. At any given time, any team can score a couple goals and get back in it. Manitoba is going to come out, and they're going to try and insert themselves a little bit more and try to even this game up.
Yeah, all right, let's take a look at the highlights. First period, the Roadrunners goal scored by Ted Crowley.
Right off a face-off, Marinucci wins the draw. Roenick comes through the face-off, moves it back to Crowley. Crowley just one-times it through some traffic. Freddie didn't have a chance on that one, right off the crossbar and in.
That was 3:50 of the first period, and Roenick getting some ice time there, had to be happy with that assist. Just joining the Roadrunners a couple of games ago. Marinucci also getting an assist. 1-0 Phoenix in the first period. And then some great saves by Jamie Storr.
Jamie Storr just having a solid first period. Scott Arneal all alone in front. Jamie throws the left pad out, makes a save, and covers up his own rebound before his defense can come in and help out.
Taking a look at the Cox Sports stat board for you. 11 shots for the Moose, 8 for the Roadrunners. Penalties even. Both teams had 2 chances on the power play and came up dry. We'll take a break here in this first period on Roadrunner Update. 1-0 Phoenix.
Jesse, you're next.
I'm all yours.
Save it for the stage, Romeo.
Carol always gives it to me straight. Like when she told me about my...
I told him about Head & Shoulders. Regular shampoos just rinse flakes away so they could come back. Head & Shoulders helps prevent flakes from even forming. You see the difference? You look great.
Thanks, but will it get me this part?
Couldn't hurt.
Head & Shoulders, because great hair can't have flakes.
Hey, break a leg.
www.what? Look, the logo's rotating. Cool. Check this out. It's fully rendered. I like that. Very cool. Check this out. Downloadable video clips.
We should do this on our website.
Okay.
Look.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. Wait till the guys in marketing see this.
We could get a flaming, dancing logo.
We can do anything.
Can you order any of this stuff?
No.
IBM helps business websites do business.
Roadrunners coming out onto the ice. Our next home game, Saturday night, March the 29th. The Roadrunners will be at home against the Long Beach Ice Dogs. And it's McDonald's 2-for-1 night and hat night here in the Coliseum. All you watching in the Phoenix area, come on out Saturday night.
That's also the return of Nick Vachon back to the Phoenix area again.
Nick just gets traded to teams that keep coming in to play this. Nick Vachon played for the Roadrunners for several years, a big favorite in this building. Was traded to Utah, now traded to Long Beach. And he'll be back in here. Second period, what do you expect, Darren?
I look for the Moose to turn it up a notch and try to create a little bit more of a forecheck and get some more chances at Jamie Storr. Try to get some traffic in front of Jamie and create some chances. Jamie's had a solid game so far, and I think they really want to create some traffic in front of him.
Roadrunners have had problems in the second period. And so it'll be interesting to watch how they respond.
This Moose team reminds me a little bit of the Cleveland Lumberjack team. They've got some veteran players. They play a steady game, a patient game, and they wait and capitalize on the other team's mistakes.
We're just looking back over the score sheet as you look at Freddie Brathwaite in nets for the Manitoba Moose. We were looking at the sheet from back in November. We were talking about how long ago it was and how many player changes there were. There are only 4 players on this team right now, the Roadrunner team, that played in that game back in November, and one of them's injured, Mark Ashley.
It's incredible. Robbie Laird said there was only 2 in the interview earlier. Oh, for the team picture today.
That was the team picture, yeah. Sean Evans, who played for Manitoba and got the 2 goals against the Roadrunners that led him to the win, not with the Manitoba Moose. Mixing some ice out here. Chris Marinucci was talking about, you know, a warm puck or some rough ice. Why don't you explain that a little bit, Karen?
A little bit chippy. The ice gets chipped up. The puck doesn't slide as smoothly as most times, and you hit a few ruts and the puck bounces a little bit, or the pucks aren't quite as frozen as what they normally are, because normally before the game they stick the pucks in a freezer.
Folks in Canada, looking at that shot, that's as much snow as you're going to see in Phoenix, Arizona.
That's exactly right.
There.
And now that you just brought up Canada, I'd like to say hello to my children back home in Regina, if that's all right.
You bet.
Hi to Catherine and Dustin Veach.
You
How
bet.
you doing, guys?
Back in Regina. Wonder what the temperature is there right now.
It's above 0.
24 seconds remaining in the Roadrunner penalty. The Moose on the power play to get the second period underway here in the Coliseum. Cleared out by Phoenix's Chris Marinucci. It's above 0, huh?
It has been. My brother was down for 2 weeks golfing, and he went back home, and he was hoping that all the snow would melt, but he's got a little ways to wait yet.
What was it here today? You golfed, didn't you?
It was only about 84.
84, 85. Puck loose behind the Manitoba net. Try to fleet it out in front. Here it comes. Potomski going deep. His shot stopped. All right, Brathwaite, he was right up against that left post, and nowhere to go for Potomski.
A good chance from an angle for Barry, cutting in from the face-off dot. Tried to go through the 5-hole. Brathwaite, he was right there for the save.
Take a look at it here.
Cuts in right from the dot. He's waiting, being patient, looking for that 5-hole to open it up.
Talking about
There's no way it was going to open.
Talking about the warm weather a little bit. You played for many, many years. Is it tough for a player to come from a cold weather area into a warm weather area to play just 1-2 games and go back out again?
It really is, because you really get spoiled spending a lot of time here in this city. And it is, you look forward to coming into cities where the weather is nice to spend that time to get yourself a little break. But it's hard mentally to focus.
Peterson's going to hold it in. Wrap it around the boards behind the Manitoba net. Steve Wilson had a hold of the stick there for a second and then let go just in time. Now Harkins working his way behind the net. McCrory on him. Wraparound try coming up. Stopped by Brathwaite, and that'll stop play. 18:59 remaining in the second period. What about a team like the Moose coming in, playing in Las Vegas last night, now playing in Phoenix, a couple of warm weather areas. They just make that hit and then they move on out. Is it tough on a team?
I think it's hard to get used to the climate as far as being hot in the building, because normally back home in, say, Winnipeg, where they're playing, it's cold in the building and they're used to that cold, fresh air. You come in here and it's hot and it's about 85 degrees in here, and you need to take in a lot of water because you get dehydrated a lot quicker.
Draw back to the right point. Shot blocked, never got there. Backhand try. Freddie Brathwaite looking through a maze of players. Couldn't find the puck for a while. Now the Moose to Scott Arneal. Dallaire racing after it. Storr's going to get there first. Up now to Schmidt. Couldn't handle it. Steve Wilson sending it back to the Roadrunner blue line, and it's offside as Arneal was just ahead of the play. 10 shots for the Roadrunners and 11 for the Moose.
With some good opportunities early in this second period, looking to make it 2-0 in this game, but Brathwaite has made some nice saves early on the wraparound. A couple screenshots.
Phoenix hasn't played since Sunday night, and the Moose played last night, winning in Las Vegas, and what a big game that was for Manitoba. 6-3. Well, there's Jeremy Roenick. Hey, hi, Jeremy. Jeremy Roenick of the Phoenix Coyotes out here to watch his brother play. He has to be happy that Trevor got an assist on that goal by the Roadrunners, Ted Crowley, in the first period. Into the middle, fed down into the zone by Randy Gillen. Thor playing it over into the corner. Out comes Tyler to O'Brien. On the left side to Medill. Medill deflected in front of Brathwaite by O'Brien. And a save by Freddie.
Good traffic going towards the net. Marinucci driving hard along with O'Brien. And that's exactly what Robbie Laird likes to see. Lots of traffic towards the net. It makes it hard for that goaltender to come up with that puck.
Each team with 11 shots. Chris Marinucci, Colby Baker Award winner, ready to step in for Phoenix. Gillen will take the draw for the Moose. And now Brad Tiley is going down into the east stage area and is headed for the dressing room. Rob Thompson is right after him.
It's like a change of equipment.
Yeah. Thompson is the assistant equipment manager, so that's what it's all about. But hey, Roadrunners playing with only 5D right now. And with Tiley gone.
How much is Ted Crowley going to like that? He was complaining that they were playing with 5D last game, and now they're down to 4.
Spun around on the play. Phoenix with possession. Shot. Brathwaite save. Rebound. Wide of the left post. Hankiewicz beating it down into the zone. Chance. Shot partially blocked from behind. And the Roadrunners with possession. Slaney got back in a hurry and got a stick on it.
Hankiewicz with a nice feed through to Snyder, going through with a lot of speed with that chance. He just didn't get a good shot off.
Gillen ahead. Snyder can't play. Gillen will play it at center. Into the zone. Pankiewicz's shot. Wrapped around the boards, out of the left wing corner, all the way down the other end of the ice. Trying to catch the runners in a change. Back into the Roadrunner zone. Pankiewicz fans on the shot, and Phoenix will come back 3-on-2. In middle, Emma. Left side. Here's Crowley. Back to Emma. Shot. And Freddie Brathwaite just steers it over into the corner using the skate. Emma. Caught by Freddie Brathwaite. Strawn to neutral ice. Storr will stop it. Crowley will take it. At times, this game seems almost to be in slow motion. And then there are other times where the pace really picks up.
The Roadrunners getting some good chances, and then next thing you know, it just slows right down.
Mike McWilliam loses possession as he goes into the Manitoba zone, and now it's grabbed by Brathwaite, and that'll stop play. 16:30 remaining here in the second period. We'll take a break. 1-0 Phoenix on Crowley's first period goal.
Winning depends on how far you dare to go. Victory requires talent, skill, and the determination to push to the limit. Living on the Edge is brought to you by Edge Shave Gel, because to win, you need the edge.
Aerial skiers speed down icy slopes, approach the edge, and push off with every ounce of strength. The object, to fly above the mountain peaks, to live a dream. It takes courage, instinct, and split-second timing, or you'll crash in the frozen snow below. Soar like a mighty bird. Land with the soft touch of a graceful cat.
Living on the Edge has been brought to you by Edge Shave Gel. Ultimate closeness, ultimate comfort, with 6 lubricants to help save your skin. That's the Edge.
Back in the Coliseum, 1-0 Phoenix. Dave Tennell along with Darren Beach. I'm happy to have you along on our Roadrunner broadcast tonight against the Manitoba Moose. Face-off, circle to the right. Freddie Brathwaite in the Manitoba zone. Handled by the Moose. Anderson feeding it up on the boards. This is a game that could get physical. A couple of teams with some pretty good size here. Back into the Roadrunner end. Brierly going after it. Arneal will check him. Puck underneath players. And now Briley's going to play it for the Roadrunners. Briley came from the East Coast Hockey League just before the deadline on March the 20th. Went over in the slot, taken away. Thaler can't hold on to it. And now sent in by Slaney. Around the boards. Scott Arneal dropping it off. Here comes Scott McCrory. Thaler dropping it off McCrory. His shot, pad save into the slot, knocked away from Dubois.
Jamie Storr doing a nice job tonight, coming out of his net, taking away the angle, and making those saves look easy.
Knocked off the stick of Strawn into the corner. Phoenix will play it behind its own net. Roadrunners with a 1-0 lead. Ted Crowley scoring at 3:50 of the first period. Trevor Roenick and Chris Marinucci assisting on the goal. Each team with 13 shots in the hockey game. So not that many. 5 minutes into the second period. Peterson. Now Crowley working his way to the blue line. Offside as Medill just turned into the zone a moment too soon. That'll stop play.
Crowley makes a nice move right at the line, just enough to force Medill offside. Tried to get it into a good position to tee it up. He wanted to just let one rip.
Both teams have tomorrow off. No game scheduled in the International Hockey League. The other games tonight, Detroit and Chicago, Indianapolis and Cleveland, Utah and Houston. Michigan's in Kansas City, and Milwaukee is playing at Long Beach. Brathwaite will play it behind his own net. This will go the length of the ice, and we are going to get an icing call. Icing on the Roadrunners. Or icing on Manitoba, that is. That'll bring it back into the Moose zone for a face-off. Get a good look at Crowley there.
This has to be one of the lulls that you were talking about. Some good pressure at both ends, and all of a sudden a little bit of lull. A couple icing calls, a couple whistles to slow things down. That might be something that the Moose is looking for since they played the game last night.
Yeah, they won 6-3 in Vegas last night. They a couple of games against Long Beach at home. There's a guy who's not real happy about the game, or maybe it's a seat. He's got to be happy about the game. The Roadrunners are winning one another. The Moose lost 4-2 to Long Beach after beating them 4-1. And then went out on the road in this current trip, starting in Las Vegas. Manitoba has won 2 out of its last 3. Out in front of Braithwaite, he'll steer it over onto the far side, and now Dubois will take it through neutral ice. Shoot it into the Roadrunner zone. Phoenix has also won 2 out of its last 3 games, losing its last one to Houston 4-1 on Sunday, beating the Arrows 4-1 on Saturday. And prior to that, a shootout win at Utah 5-4. Offside Phoenix, or Manitoba.
Offside. Say, if you want a game on, turn back.
14:03 remaining here in the second period. Going to get some other scores here in the International League as you look at Rob Laird and the Roadrunner bench. Laird, as we mentioned in the first period, 97 wins. The winningest coach for the Roadrunners in the International Hockey League. For a lot of you people watching on TSN not familiar with hockey in the desert here in Phoenix, Arizona, this is the 20th season the Roadrunners have played in Phoenix, Arizona. It started back in 1967. There was a 10-year hiatus between 79 and 89. But the Roadrunners had 2 championship seasons in the Western Hockey League, professional league back in the late 60s, early 70s. Now Phoenix with possession in their own zone. 1-0 Roadrunners. Here in the second period of play. Knocked away. Over onto the far boards, taken away from Koralik. Now Brierly tries to get it ahead to Medill. Medill working over Koralik. Back out to neutral ice. Don Anderson drifting back into his own zone. 13 minutes remaining in the second period. Not a whole lot of scoring chances in this period.
Just a few scoring chances early by the Roadrunners, but nothing after that for the last 4 or 5 minutes. It's just been kind of end-to-end, not a lot of things clicking for either team.
And the one opportunity by Snyder. Off the boards to neutralize one-on-one. Harkins after it, but there first to knock it away was Riccardi. Back into the middle, chance again. Anderson coming down, pulled down from behind. We'll have a penalty on the Roadrunners. Brierly got caught up a little bit. Anderson got behind him, and Brierly took what they call a good penalty in that particular situation. We'll take a break. 1-0 Phoenix with 12:26 remaining in the second.
Rainbow tortellini with marinara sauce. Spinach, linguine, and 4 cheese sauce.
You may have already tasted Olivieri fresh pasta and gourmet sauces. Olivieri, as good to cook as it is to serve.
Sun-dried tomato pesto sauce on angel hair pasta.
All right, everybody, to the kitchen!
Olivieri, as good as it gets.
Arm yourself with new Arm & Hammer baking soda deodorant. This man used Arm & Hammer under one arm, deodorant without baking soda under the other. That night, odor detectors proved we significantly reduced odor. The other covered it up. Arm & Hammer, a new kind of deodorant protection.
This weekend, the Jays wrap it up in Florida against the Phillies. Blue Jays baseball this weekend, TSN.
Here's the penalty on Brierly.
Gillen makes a play up through to Sean Anderson, jumping up from the defensive zone, gets all the way through, gets pulled down by Brierly. Schneider gets a chance off the side of the net, but there's the penalty on Brierly, goes off for hooking.
Manitoba with its third power play. Down 1-0 to the Roadrunners with 12:26 remaining in the second period. Dave Tennell and Darren Beach. We're glad you're along here on Roadrunner Hockey tonight. From the Coliseum in Phoenix. The draw to the Moose. Dubois winds up, doesn't shoot. From the right side, Arneal put it on goal. Peterson fighting McCrory behind the net. Dubois will take it off the boards. Manitoba with a man advantage. Now, Collier knocked into the boards. Crowley trying to play, or check that, Slaney trying to play it. Dubois. Anderson. Dubois. Anderson again. Anderson. Back to Dubois. Back to Anderson. Doesn't take the shot from the left side, off the post. Collier hit the post. Has it again. Side of the net. Flip it out in front. Back down by Jamie Storr. And he'll hold on. Dubois was parked right in front of the net.
Dubois parked right in front of the net. McCrory coming off the side, trying to get that pass across the goal mouth. Jamie Storr staying right with it, ends up covering up his own rebound.
That was excellent puck movement, though, by the Manitoba Moose.
Moose looking for that low play, coming from the point, down low, across the side of the net. Jamie Storr staying right with it on his post and making that save.
Before that, though, good, crisp passes around the horn, setting up a couple of good shots. And I think the key there, Darren, is that they're good and they're crisp passes.
Good, crisp passes. That's what the one thing you really need to work on your power play is that first pass has to be a good one. A bad pass creates another bad pass. If they move the puck into there, try to create a seam and get a shot off on Jamie Storr.
Yeah, you give coaches gray hairs pretty fast by deliberate passes around, on a power play. You've got to move the puck. You got to have some speed. Arneal dropping it off in the corner. McCrory with it. Think of it, Anderson. Anderson dropped it deep. After it, McCrory, he's hit from behind by Crowley, or Collier hit from behind by Crowley, and now back to play it. Dubois. Yeah, we got a whistle, and what do we got? We got a couple of guys going. This is going to be
Crowley and Tallaire were going at it pretty good inside the blue line. Crowley ends up giving him an extra shot. I think they're both going to go off for 2.
Here's the hit on Collier right there.
Collier ends up getting up. giving it back to Crowley, and Crowley gives it right back to him, and that's enough to give them both 2 and send them both to the box for roughing. Or delay a game, whichever one.
Really.
Number 17,
Collier has 4 power play goals this season.
Roadrunner penalty, number 19, Ted Crowley. 2 minutes for roughing.
The guy that is looking for the puck on the power play is McCrory. I mean, veteran player's got 11.
Guy. He likes to move the puck, but he also scores a lot of goals down low on the power play, and that was a good example of it right there with that pass across the crease, trying to set up Dubois.
He has 11 power play goals this season. Deflected in, played by Batirshin, and whistled down. It's going to be offside first. Tim Peel was going to call high, played with a high stick, but it's, yeah, that's what it's going to be called. Played with a high stick. I thought Pimasan had called offside. We'll do it in the circle. 11-10 remaining in the second period. Phoenix with a 1-0 lead. The Moose, 7 points out of a playoff spot right now, trailing Kansas City and Chicago. Anderson dropping it off. Power play. That one off of McCrory. Out of the right wing corner. Dubois going to help play. McCrory tying up his man in the corner. Batirshin wrestling with it. And the Moose will control. McCrory waiting. For a loop. And it knocked off his stick. Deflected. And sent wide. Moose with a man advantage for another 8 seconds. For a loop shot. Wide of the left post. It's going to be offside as Dubois could not hold it in the zone.
It's one of the things on the power play that you never really like to see when you shoot long side. If you miss the net, that puck has got a good chance of getting out of the zone, as it did right there. Coaches will try to tell you to shoot short side. That way the rebound stays on the short side, and you've got a better chance of regaining control of the puck.
Well, there's good news and bad news for Manitoba Moose fans. Kansas City is leading Michigan 2-0 midway through the second, and Detroit, though, is leading Chicago 4-0 at the end of 2. That game is in Chicago.
As we said earlier, they're chasing 2 teams, so that makes their chances a little bit better. 50-50 chance.
Chicago has played 74 games this season. Manitoba's played only 71. So the Moose with 3 games in hand on the Chicago Wolves. Penalty is over to the Roadrunners. They're back at equal strength. O'Brien letting the puck go. This will come back to neutral ice. Ron playing it across ice. Knocked down at neutral ice. Here's Steve Wilson. Sending it into the Roadrunner zone. Wilson knocked down by Sean O'Brien. Battle for the puck in the Roadrunner end. Marinucci pinned up against the boards by Strong. Marinucci kicking it along the boards will bring it out himself. Marinucci skating to center. Marinucci into the zone. Marinucci on the right wing side. Stops. Back out to the point to Brierley. Brierley wrapping it around the boards behind the net. To play it on the far side. The Moose. Craig Johnson feeding it down into the Roadrunner end. Brierley with 9:30 remaining in the second period. Getting it up to his own blue line. Dubois at center. Mankiewicz can't control. Gillen dropping it back to Dubois. Jamie Storr stopping it. He'll give it up to Brierley. Brierley leaves it behind his own net. Jeff Medill was tied up in the play, and that hit the linesman Pete Masana to help out Phoenix a little bit. Otherwise, that'd have been an icing call. Back into the zone. Chance for the Moose. Shot wide of the right post. Ricochets off the corner and comes all the way back into the zone. So again, Snyder with an opportunity. Here's Mankiewicz on the left side. Slot, shot, slides through the crease and into the right wing corner. Mankiewicz tries to center. Intercepted by Crowley. He'll wrap it off the boards. Back down into his, or that was Potomski. Back through neutral ice. Jamie Storr playing this. Batirshyn. Ruslan Batirshyn. Getting it up. Now through neutral ice. Andrew Dale ahead of the play, but Scott Arneal will get there first, and we're going to get an icing call. Icing on the
Roadrunners.
rubber.
For a second, they had waved that off. It looks like they're going to have the first whistle on.
8:14 remaining in the second. 1-0 Phoenix.
You remember Jay. He still doesn't say very much, especially when he's enjoying his McCain Super Fries. And he doesn't seem to care that they've only got 5% fat because they still taste great. McCain Super Fries, deep-fried flavor and crispness with only 5% fat. For the strong, silent type.
The temperatures rise and there's 3 ways to play. With the triple win sweepstakes you can save every day. You can enter to win a brand new Plymouth 3. With scratch and win savings, enter often as you please. Kmart's got the fever and cold hockey cash. Get yourself together and get to Kmart fast, cause Kmart's triple win sweepstakes is way too hot to last.
Back in the Coliseum, Dave Tennell along with Darren Veach, reminding you the Phoenix Suns on Cox Sports. Friday night, March the 28th. Coming up this Friday at 7 o'clock against the Golden State Warriors. Remember, Suns live at 6:30. .8:14 remaining in the second period. Steve Masana down talking to the Roadrunner, or to the Manitoba bench. Face-off circle to the right of Jamie Storr. Draw. Handled by Phoenix. Potomski. Bouncing it off the boards. Collier will play it there and give it up to Steve Wilson. Try to get it to McCrory, but Scott Arneal will feed it down into the Roadrunner end. Collier knocking it down and loose in the slot. Batirshyn. McCrory trailing the play. Got a shot, but a ricochet off a player. Then Arneal sending it high up in the plexiglass. Wilson holding it in the Roadrunner zone. Out of the right wing corner. Battle for possession. Steve Wilson's shot deflected. Jamie Storr doesn't know where it is. Underneath McCrory. McCrory gets up. Loose puck, high slot. Tapped away from Wilson. Roadrunners with a chance here. Mike McWilliam on the left side. Potomski on the right side. Potomski then skated off by Sean Anderson. Good defensive play by Anderson.
Good job both by Anderson and Wilson to get back into the play.
Mike McWilliam tried to center it. Potomski can't play it, otherwise it would be with a high stick and it's whistled down, and they'll bring it outside the blue line. Not the two that you would want to see on a 2-on-1, McWilliam and Potomski in handling the puck in that case, but they did a good job getting it out of the zone.
They certainly did. They got it out of the zone with no problem, but a 2-on-1, they definitely like to get a shot off, and they also had Harkins jumping up to create a 3-on-2. If Potter could have just turned around and maybe seen Harkins or it was Crowley jumping in on the play, maybe to get a shot off. But the coach always likes to see you get a shot off on a 2-on-1.
Well, Harkins was right behind Crowley too, so Roadrunners were pressing the net in that case. 1-0 Phoenix here in the second period. 7 minutes remaining in the second. Into the Roadrunner zone. Kent Burns, but Jamie Storr will stop this play. Runners have only 14 shots in the hockey game, 19 for the Manitoba Moose. Phoenix averaging about 29 shots a game, and the Moose averaging just over 30 shots a game.
That's one of the things I think that Robbie Laird would like to see improved over next year. You always want to try to average over 30 and under 30 shots against, and that's one of the big stats that the coaches look for.
Oleg Tebedowski from the Coyotes here. Tebedowski. We saw Jeremy Roenick a little bit earlier. Here's a shot from the high slot, knocked away.
A couple of the National Hockey League All-Stars.
Knocked down, and here's Marinucci. Marinucci along the boards. Skates out through neutral ice now. Marinucci getting it ahead to Medill. And then breaking down the middle is O'Brien, and Medill couldn't get it to him. It was knocked away. Good defensive play by Jeff Riccardi. Off the boards in front of the Manitoba bench. Anderson back to Riccardi, back to Anderson. Played again by Riccardi. To go the length of the ice. However, this could be icing, and it is. Runners got a break there because it came out of the right wing. I thought it was going to come out a little more, you know, I didn't think it was going to slide behind the net, but it did.
Sean O'Brien's glove was behind the net, and it kind of stopped the puck from getting all the way to the other side of the net.
6:09 remaining in the second period. Jeff Medill, the Roadrunner bench, talking to Ted Crowley. Now Medill will go off. Runners will send out Dave Emma, Mallett, and Andrew Dale. Draw to the Moose. Crowley will chase after this. Handled by Sean Anderson. Back in his own zone. Neutral ice. Koroluk. Koroluk moving to center. Into the Roadrunner end. Koroluk with it. Cross ice pass almost intercepted by Mallett. Shot Jamie Storr knocks it down. Slot. Storr again with a pad save. Again, Strawn scores, kick save, rebound, score. Koroluk scoring for the Manitoba Moose.
3 good opportunities there for the Moose, finally capitalizing to get one past Jamie Storr to even this game up. Koroluk standing off just to the side of the net, had gained the zone on his own, but had made a play and moved in behind the net and stood off the side of the net, ended up getting the puck and the rebound and burying it past Jamie Storr.
Too many chances here for the Moose.
Just a quick shot off there. Jamie Storr can't quite get over to recover to get his own rebound. Koroluk buries it just inside of the post.
Manitoba goal is 15th of the season.
Here's the rebound right there. Koroluk standing right on the goal line. Just gets it inside the post past Jamie Storr's glove.
Started to come up a little bit too. Koroluk did a good job controlling the puck, sweeping it into the net at that point. He only got one try at it right there. Byerly. Near side, McWilliam. Mike McWilliam, who has missed portions of this season with several injuries. A hand injury and then a shoulder injury. Kept him out of the play as the puck will go up into the crowd and stop the play with 5:13 remaining. Here in the second period, and the hockey game now tied at 1. 24 shots for the Manitoba Moose and 14 for the Roadrunners. Jamie Storr made 3 saves before giving up that goal to Koroluk. Ray Potomski standing next to Craig Johnson. The fans here in Phoenix enjoying this one. Yes, and it is. It's shorts and t-shirt weather here at the hockey game tonight. Koroluk's 15th goal of the season has tied this game at 1. Slaney lost possession, and it's cleared back into the Roadrunner zone. Now Storr, dangerous play. That almost went off a skate. Back out in front, and a shot from the slot by Johnson was knocked down by Jamie Storr. Runners getting a little careless here. Turned it over in their own zone again. Again, the Moose coming up with it. Backhand try off the side of the net. DuBois will pick it up. Now Phoenix with possession. And out comes Harkins. Todd Harkins to center. Harkins into the zone. Harkins. Shot caught by Brathwaite. He'll drop it. Now play it. 4:20 remaining in the second period. Manitoba into the Roadrunner zone. Batyrshin skating after it. Taking it from Jamie Storr. And Ruslan Batyrshin up to Medill. Medill winds up. Shot off the backboards. Brathwaite clears it up to his own blue line. Ruslan Batyrshin sending it along the boards. Phoenix will pull it out of its own zone with 3:50 remaining in the second period. Medill in the zone. The Roadrunners will have to wait. Sean Anderson skating out with it. Anderson. Pass ahead, and it's going to be called a 2-line pass.
Just offside.
Offside on the Manitoba Moose. 3:38 remaining in the second. Tied at 1.
He doesn't really talk about his hair, but I know he thinks about it. I've seen him check it in the mirror. That's why I got him Pantene Pro V shampoo and treatment conditioner to help keep his hair strong. The Pro Vitamin formula penetrates root to tip, while the conditioners improve the hair, helping to keep it looking really healthy, really strong. I notice the difference now. He does too. Pantene Pro V, for hair so healthy looking it shines.
That's all it takes, a country style.
And hey, that's all it takes with the Just One Taste of Spring Fever contest. So for a taste of spring, turn up a country style and turn up a winner. Collect to win, mail to win, or win instantly. Wow. More than 1 million prizes. Like Duquesne Party Grills. Wow. Fabulous lawn boats with Honda outboard and trailer. And 5 Honda Shadow American Classic Editions. Woohoo! Hurry, Spring Fever won't last forever, so turn up a country style.
Takes a country style.
How about this? Look at this in the audience. Darren Beach's first hole-in-one.
I paid those people before the game.
206 yards, par 3, 6-iron at the Legends.
Yeah, it was fun.
Who's holding those signs?
That's my wife on the right-hand side, and some friends of mine, Terry Carson, Kathy Carson, and Kara Carson.
Any witnesses to this hole-in-one?
Oh, yeah. Terry played with me.
1-1 game, 3:28 remaining in the second. Jamie Storr will play it behind his own net, so there's no icing.
Honestly, I didn't tell them to bring those posters. Really?
Right. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, the truck believes you, too. Director tonight, Dan Siegman, our producer, Bob Adlock, and our Cox Sports crew. Happy to have you along. And the Roadrunners, the Manitoba Moose, tied at 1. Happy to have everyone watching throughout Canada on TSN. 26 shots for the Moose, 15 for the Roadrunners.
The Moose really taking the shots lead in this second period. Jamie Storr holding the Roadrunners in, keeping this game tied at 1.
Randy Carlisle behind the Manitoba bench, and we'll be talking with the coach in the second intermission. Very important trip. 4 games, 5 nights. For Randy Carlisle and the Manitoba Moose. Collier into the zone. Cross-ice pass looking for Arneal. Back to Collier, the rookie, trying to get possession. Work it out into the slot. He's at the blue line. Drop deep into the Roadrunner zone. Into the slot. Corlick skating off in the right wing corner. Arneal lost possession. Andrew Dale after it. Dale then bumped bodies with Sean Anderson, and the puck slid into the zone after Dale, and that's offside Phoenix. Andrew Dale a little disgusted with himself about
not being able to make the play.
Yeah, trying to get the puck, trying to get to the puck, and then he had to make a split decision. You know, do I pick up the puck right there, or do I bang some bodies with Sean Anderson because he's coming after me? Just didn't work out. There's Sean Anderson on the bench. Oh, Corlick just took a whack at Sean O'Brien. And Tim Peel comes over and says, "What is your problem?" Look, went back over to the other side. And now he's having problems with Potomski. Or Jeff Medill, that is.
A lot of people have problems with Jeff Medill.
Yeah, that's true. Medill says, "You want to stand next to me? Okay." Into the zone. Wrist shot stopped by Jamie Storr in the slot. Dropped off into the corner. 2:17 remaining in the second. Deflected high up into the air. Corlick just watched it drop. Playing it behind the net, Christie. Christie checked by Marinucci. Now Slaney trying to give Strawn some trouble. Still trying to work it out of the corner. Pops behind the Roadrunner net. DuBois keeping it alive. Still battle for it. Bodies go down in the right wing corner of the Roadrunner zone. Now from behind the net. Strawn's pulled down by Marinucci in the corner. This is going to be a penalty. Strawn was going for the puck. Marinucci pulls him down, and Marinucci's going to get 2 here.
The Moose have really carried the play the second half of the second period, taking it to the Roadrunners. And it's a good thing Jamie Storr is having a good night. He's been solid all night long and keeping the Roadrunners in this hockey game.
Yeah, the intensity very active on the part of the Minnesota or the Manitoba Moose. First time I said that.
I had it earlier. I think I knew it was going to happen sooner or later. You're good. You're good.
In the Phoenix area here, the fans watching the Manitoba Moose played in Minneapolis-St. Paul last season as the Minnesota Moose. Moved over to Manitoba at the beginning of this season. Marinucci in the penalty box, 2 minutes for hooking. So, Roadrunners ended the first period in the penalty box. They'll do the same here in the second. The Phoenix only 15 shots in the hockey game, and this is what we were talking about in the second period. Roadrunners having problems in the second period. Had 7 shots here in the second period, 8 in the first. For a club that's supposedly loose, should be getting more shots.
Their first shots at the first part of the second period as well.
Emma into the Roadrunners, or into the Manitoba zone. Arneal. The Moose on the power play. Scott Arneal skating it through neutral ice. Try to get it to McCrory. McCrory deflecting it into the Phoenix zone. Played by Crowley. Crowley tries to clear. Knocked down in the high slot. Kept alive. Side of the net. McCrory. McCrory dropping it for Arneal. He centered it. Dubois back to the blue line. Here's Anderson. Dubois. Dubois. Collier. Pushed ahead by the Roadrunners, and Mallet skating after it. Anderson on him defensively. Mallet trying to hold it in the Manitoba zone. Final minute of the second period. Moose on the power play. Dubois just simply fell down cross ice, and the crowd reacted to that. Storr down on the ice, tried to grab the puck and couldn't. Phoenix will break out with it here. Here's O'Brien. Give it up on the right side. Slaney. Back to Dale. Dale checked into the boards. 13 seconds remaining in the second period. Corlick getting it ahead. Arneal. Arneal poked off his stick. That'll do it in the second period. So 20 seconds remain on the penalty to Chris Marinucci, and that'll carry over into the third period. 1-1 hockey game at the end of 2 periods of play here in the Coliseum. We'll take a break and come back with Roadrunner update here in the second intermission. We'll do it after this timeout.
Hi, folks. Pleasure to welcome you to our control center. I'm Michael Landsberg. Back to the eye in a moment. But right now, the National Hockey League in a wild game. I mean, maybe the game of the year. It is the Red Wings and the Colorado Avalanche in overtime. Take a look at it in overtime. The Wings get a great move from Larionov to Brendan Shanahan to McCarty, who scores. He had 2 big brawls. He went after Claude Lemieux looking for revenge, and he got it with his fist, and he got it here. McCarty with a winner in OT. Detroit over Colorado 6-5. The Avalanche led it most of the way. I'll tell you what, this was a wild game, and please join us for Sports Desk after the International Hockey League game for all the highlights. Speaking of wild, how about this? Montreal over Pittsburgh 8-5. Mario Lemieux, possibly his last game in Montreal, had a great game, but the Habs put a lot up early. We'll see you for Sports Desk midnight Eastern right here on TSN.
The kids wanted to go out for some Mexican food. You decided to take them someplace really authentic. Finally, a minivan built for drivers. 180 horsepower V6, standard 4-wheel ABS, traction control. The rugged and sporty Pontiac Transport.
Arm yourself with new Arm & Hammer baking soda deodorant. This man used Arm & Hammer under one arm, deodorant without baking soda under the other. That night, odor detectors proved we significantly reduced odor. The other covered it up. Arm & Hammer, a new kind of deodorant protection.
I first started on a rink just like this.
Elvis Stoico knows what it takes to be a champion.
It takes hard work to deliver a top performance.
Like McCain Frozen Punch delivers the real fruit taste of real fruit juice for champions like Elvis Stoico. McCain Frozen Punch in a choice of thirst-quenching flavors like grape, orange, and fruit punch. So get the jump-on taste, the year-round taste of real fruit juice in McCain Frozen Punch.
McCain, now that's top taste performance.
It's tennis time. Celebrate spring with the hot action at the Lipton Tennis Championships. Thursday and Friday, catch the women's and men's semifinals right here on TSN.
We have a 1-1 game at the end of 2 periods of play here in the Coliseum, and the Moose out shooting the Roadrunners 27-15. Dave Tennell along with Darren Beach. Happy to have you along on our broadcast and a chance to talk with an old friend, Steve Wilson, down in the staging area of the Manitoba Moose. Steve, you played all but 1 game for the Moose this season, and on your standards and standards around the International Hockey League, having a pretty good season. You got to be happy with it.
Yeah, I'm very happy. You know, I'm not the type of guy that gets a lot of goals, and that my type of game is playing good defense and taking the body a lot, and that's what I just try and concentrate to do. Keep it simple and just try and keep the puck out of our net.
All right, let's talk about this Manitoba Moose team just a little bit. Trying to catch Kansas City, trying to catch Chicago. One of those 2 teams. You need 7 points to catch them. You have games in hand on Chicago. Is all of this analysis going on in the dressing room with the Moose now?
Well, you know, we've played really well for the last month and a half, and it seems like we're not getting any help from Kansas City or Chicago. They keep winning too, so we really have just focused on ourselves, and it's pretty much up to us. We haven't been worrying about what Kansas City or Chicago is doing. We've been worrying about what the Moose are doing. So we're just trying to win every game that we can, treat every game as a playoff game, and see what happens. And we play them the last 5 out of 6 games, so I think it's going to go right down to the wire.
All right, so that leads me right into the next question. You're playing your 72nd game of the season. The Moose is here in this Coliseum tonight. Is 7 points too much? Can you do it? Can you catch them?
I feel that we can. I think the team feels that we can. We're playing really well. We started to turn it up really good on the road lately, the last month, and that's where we're playing the majority of our final games. So everyone's confident that we're going to do it.
Does anybody ever feel any fatigue during this time, or does the adrenaline just take over?
I think you get little nagging injuries this time of the year, but we really don't have time to worry about that. We just got to worry about the task at hand.
All right, let's talk about Steve Wilson a little bit. Played for the Phoenix Roadrunners, went to Peoria in a trade for Darren Veach, who's my partner up here in the booth. Matter of fact, and Darren called it a blockbuster trade.
For who?
you for him back there, right? And now with the Manitoba Moose, this has been a good opportunity for you.
It has. You know, they've given me a great opportunity there. I got the assistant captain this year, which I was pleased to get. I was voted by the players, and you know, Winnipeg's a great city. It's good to be back in Canada, where you know, there's some great hockey fans. It's a great hockey town, and you know, except for the -40 weather for a couple months there, it's a great city.
Yeah, and the city never skipped a beat from the NHL to the IHL.
You know, they felt it out for a little bit, but lately the fans have been great. You know, we've been getting around 9,000 a game, and they've really been loud, and it's a great barn to play in.
Steve, it's just great seeing you. I wanted to have a chance to talk with an old friend.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, Steve Wilson, the Manitoba Moose, spending some time with us here in the Roadrunner update here in the second intermission. We have a 1-1 game at the end of 2 periods of play. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with the coach, Coach Carlisle of the Moose, right after this.
I first started on a rink just like this.
Elvis Stoico knows what it takes to be a champion.
It takes hard work to deliver a top performance.
Like McCain Frozen Punch delivers the real fruit taste of real fruit juice for champions like Elvis Stoico. McCain Frozen Punch in a choice of thirst-quenching flavors like grape, orange, and fruit punch. So get the jump-on taste, the year-round taste of real fruit juice in McCain Frozen Punch.
McCain, now that's top taste performance.
Imagine the longest trail in the world, the Trans-Canada Trail. Hello, I'm Yves Landry, and I'm here to ask for your support in a grand endeavor, a national trail for all Canadians to enjoy.
Each donation you give makes a meter of trail. In recognition, your name or those of family or friends will be permanently imprinted in trail pavilions.
The Trans-Canada Trail. Call now and put your name on it.
It's hockey legend Bobby Hull for the amazing Airmaster.
With the new Airmaster from Quality Fitness, I get a great workout in just 20 minutes a day with absolutely no impact to my knees and joints.
You'll feel almost weightless with the Airmaster system. You burn fat, firm muscles, and increase mobility without pain and strain. And it just takes 20 minutes a day. Just step on the weighted air pedals and you're airborne for a superior cardiovascular workout. Work your upper body, sculpt your arms, chest, back, and abdominals. You'll also shape and tone your thighs, trim your hips, and firm your buttocks.
It's more effective than steppers, skiing machines, treadmills, or just walking. Airmaster is like owning a gym full of equipment.
Airmaster stores easily and comes with a complete workout video and music program. Airmaster can be yours for 3 payments of $99.99 plus shipping and handling. Call the number on your screen now. Airmaster is ready to go and comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Call now.
Oh, hi. It's Midas days, and that's why we can't afford a complete commercial. We couldn't afford the whole screen. But, you know, what we saved, we're passing on to you. For a limited time, Midas will give you a computerized wheel alignment, plus balance all 4 wheels and rotate your tires, all for an amazing $39.95. They even inspect your brakes for free. What a deal. Okay, so you lean in and squint, and the commercial will look perfectly normal. Huh? Midas, the way it should be.
Oh, yeah, and offer ends March 29th.
We're back on Roadrunner Update here in the Coliseum in Phoenix, Arizona. Randy Carlisle is the head coach of the Manitoba Moose, taking over for Jean Perron. Help me out here, Randy. When was it? About 5-6 weeks ago?
Exactly. I guess 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
A little transaction took place.
How's that all ironed out now? Comfortable behind the bench as a head coach? Players have responded well?
Well, things have went, you know, a little bit more positive as of lately, and we're kind of looking to build on it. But we had a pretty big hole that we dug ourselves early in the year. So, you know, we got a lot of work ahead of us. But the guys have responded, and we've been, you know, knocking on the door there for a while. But the gap now has widened between us and Kansas City and Chicago.
Yeah, that's 7 points as you look at it now. How realistic is it to catch either Kansas City or Chicago? How confident are you in your club?
Well, we're a pretty confident group right now, and as far as looking at catching Chicago or Kansas City, we play them. I think we got 6 games left. There's 3 against Chicago and 3 against Kansas City, but always when you're trying to catch 2 teams, they play one another a few times also, so we're always giving up points, and really the shootout has really hurt us in those situations where you get both hockey clubs that go into a shootout, and there's 3 points given up instead of just 2.
Yeah, but you got to like your chances. You got to like how your club is playing. Ever since February the 7th, you've won 14 out of 20.
Yeah, we've been pretty consistent lately. We've been really relying more or less on a group. We haven't really had one guy that stepped up and led our team in scoring and had that offensive threat. Our offense has been spread around by a number of players, and realistically, I think our goaltending has been outstanding through this period.
Randy, you had a great career in the National Hockey League. Spent a lot of time in the Winnipeg organization. How does it feel coaching there at home?
Well, it's, you know, Winnipeg's been home for me for the last 14 years, so it's been a pretty big positive. I've been around the hockey scene there for a long time, and I've got a lot of good friends. It's been home for my kids and my family, and I really can't say too much more than it's been an excellent experience for myself.
Yeah, this is a tough road trip for you. You know, you're playing what, 4 games in 5 nights, something like that?
Well, that's scheduling in the IHL, and you know, we were in Vegas last night, and then we're in Phoenix tonight, and then we get a day off before we meet Long Beach Friday night and Saturday night in Utah, so there's no easy ones in this league.
So is that old adage true? You got to take them one at a time?
Well, that's what we've been doing for 6 weeks, and hopefully that continues for us.
Hey, good luck to you, Coach.
Thank you.
Randy Carlisle's head coach of the Manitoba Moose. We're going to take a break here on Roadrunner Update. We'll be back right after this timeout.
Magical for me, and to fly across the United
The temperatures rise and there's 3 ways to play. With the triple win sweepstakes, you can save every day. You can enter to win a brand new Plymouth Free. With scratch and win savings, enter often as you please. Kmart's got the fever and cold hockey cash. Get yourself together and get to Kmart fast, cause Kmart's triple win sweepstakes is way too hot to last.
At Maple Leaf, when we reduced the fat in our new lean and light wieners and bologna, we tested the taste with families just like yours. We found we could reduce the fat by 60%, and lean and light would still have that mouth-watering Maple Leaf taste. Any less fat? Well then, we'd appeal to only some members of the family. The uncompromised great taste of new Maple Leaf Lean and Light. Taste that's a cut above.
We have a 1-1 game at the end of 2 periods of play here at Arizona Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Phoenix, which should set up a pretty good third period between these two teams. I'm Dave Tennell along with Darren Beach, and we're happy to have you along here on our Roadrunner broadcast on Cox Sports and also across Canada on TSN. Two teams at times seem to slow down in that second period, but you know, this game means an awful lot to the Manitoba Moose.
Well, it certainly does. It's a big game. They're, like we said in the pregame, they're chasing two teams. They've got a good chance to catch one of them if they get some wins together, string a good stretch of wins together.
Yeah, and as the coach said during our talk here in the second intermission, they got the day off tomorrow, but then it's on to Long Beach, then into Utah, so it doesn't get any easier.
It's not easy at all.
No.
Traveling, a lot of travel, 4 games in 5 nights. Like Randy said, that's the scheduling in the IHL. Every team has to do it, and they're in a stretch like that, and that's what they have to put up with.
Then they'll have some big showdowns against Kansas City and Chicago coming up. We have just gotten a score. Chicago did lose tonight, 5-0. Detroit defeated Chicago. Let's go to the highlight from the second period, and it's a goal by the Manitoba Moose.
Christie with the puck on the side boards. Stands there and hangs on to it, makes a feed over, and there's the rebound right there to Koroluk standing there. Johnny on the spot and buries it past Jamie Storr.
That tied the game at 1. Look at it again.
Strawn gets the shot off there. That's what creates the rebound. Jamie can't quite get over in time to cover that side up, and Koroluk just buries it low on the glove side.
So it is a 1-1 game. Strawn and Christie getting the assists. Koroluk, his 15th goal of the season. Our Cox Sports stat board in the second period. Manitoba, as Darren was talking about, really controlled things in that second period. As far as the offense goes, 16 shots to the Roadrunners, 7. Had a couple of power play opportunities, but could not cash in on that. And it is a 1-1 game. And a lot of times, mainly because what you were talking about, Jamie Storr has the hot hand.
He certainly does. Jamie's played solid all night long, and he's going to have to come up big in the third period.
All right, we'll take a look at that third period. We'll take a break and be back with the third period of tonight's game. The Runners and the Moose tied at 1.
Makes no compromises. Neither does Wildcat. Smooth, clean, no preservatives. Naturally Canadian. Smooth tasting Labatt Wildcat. Don't compromise.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back in the Coliseum. The Moose Roadrunners coming out onto the ice for the start of the third period. Already mentioned the scores. Detroit defeated Chicago 5-0 tonight. Cleveland beat Indianapolis 4-3. Kansas City is leading Michigan 3-0 midway through the third period. Utah in front of Houston 2-1 midway through the third. Milwaukee leading Long Beach 1-0 midway through the first. Take a look at the Roadrunners wearing their dark, what they call the flame jersey. That's not their typical road jersey. This is the flame jersey. It was introduced this season. And a little bit different look. We're getting all these different looks in professional sports now.
It's incredible, the jerseys that are coming out. There's some great designs. The Roadrunners are really going to have to assert themselves in this third period. jump up and try to carry the play to the Moose to make up for that second period. They want to be careful not to make any turnovers at either blue line. Get that puck moving ahead, get a good forecheck going, and start to get some offensive chances down at the other end.
Sorry, Gary. Phoenix has been coached by Rob Laird since December the 6th. And since that time, going into the third period, when they were tied here at home, it's happened 6 times. Roadrunners have won 3, lost 1, and there have been 2 in the shootout. They've lost 2 in the shootout. So they are 3-1-2 going into the third period under Rob Laird, even on the board. Freddie Brathwaite in the nets. Brathwaite 21, 18, and 5 on the year. Goals against average 3.30.
Runners have to kill off the remainder of this penalty, 20 seconds.
So a brief power play
on the attack.
Brief power play for the Moose as the puck goes up and out of play into the crowd, and we'll do it again. After a slowed down second period, even though Manitoba got 16 shots in the second period. Expect both sides to pick it up just a little bit here in this third period. I would expect the Runners. They have nothing to lose.
I would think that you'd see the pace pick up by both teams in this period, and you'd see a nice, exciting third period.
Phoenix with possession. Slaney keeps it in on Freddie Brathwaite. The center, Anderson. Offside, Manitoba. Scott Arneal.
Manitoba. Offside.
Arneal at one time played in San Diego. The San Diego Gulls.
Did with the Houston Aeros.
That's right, Houston Aeros.
You've just won a pager, courtesy of Select Cellular.
Scott Arneal.
To claim your prize, go to the Roadrunner Prize Center on the Southwest Concourse.
Face off just outside the Roadrunner blue line. Penalty killing. Roadrunners keeping that average up. 4 for 4 in penalty killing tonight. And now he got Andrew Dale. I think that's wrong. No, Tankowitz. Yeah. He's doing some jostling with the sticks here a little bit. Slaney from behind his own net. He'll get it ahead to Mallett. Mallett punching it off the boards. And after it's Dave Emma. Emma pulling it out of the boards for Phoenix. Taken away. For a look. Checked from behind. Now sent down into the Phoenix zone where Slaney's going to play it for the Roadrunners. This will come near side. Quick shot high up over the net. And off the plexiglass by Ferns. High slot again. That one off the skate. Jamie Storr never saw it. Now Ferns will deflect it up into the crowd, and that'll stop play.
Off a skate and change directions. Just enough to throw Jamie Storr off. Just went wide of the net. Jamie was going the opposite direction when it hit the skate. And went just wide of the net.
06, you're tonight's lucky winner.
To give you an idea of how the Moose had a pretty good second period and had their way. They had 16 shots in that period. The Roadrunners have 16 shots in the hockey game. Face off in the Roadrunner zone. Over the right of Jamie Storr. Storr saw sometime in Los Angeles. Here's a I thought it was going to get a quick shot from Gillen, but then he sent it through the slot. And nobody there. Gloved by Crowley. Storr has been in Los Angeles, spent some time in Los Angeles this season, and he is still looked upon as the goaltending of the future for the Los Angeles Kings. There were some that thought, here's a quick shot, stayed right to the right post, and Jeff Medill, who was nicked on the play, lost his stick into the net, and it's whistled down.
I don't think there's going to be a penalty on the play. Medill just got clipped by Steve Wilson as he was coming to the front of the net, but it doesn't look like he's hurt too badly.
Take a look at what happened here.
Gets that quick shot off there, and there's the slash. Just comes up. He catches him just on the bottom of the chin or the nose.
Steve Wilson. Now Medill asking Jim Peel, the referee, about possible penalty, but just into the third period. 1-1 hockey game, Roadrunners and the Manitoba Moose. Runners out of the playoff picture. They've been mathematically eliminated. However, Manitoba has a chance of catching either Chicago or Kansas City, so they need 2 points out of this game. Phoenix building for the future. Taking a look at next season. You take a look at the face-offs. Slight favor to the Manitoba Moose. And they want to leave this season with that positive attitude and a couple of wins on the board. Crowley to play it. Send it down in, and Brathwaite will stop it. Wrap it around the boards. Brathwaite will catch this and stop it, and both teams very deliberate here in this third period.
Certainly are. Nobody's taking many chances. Things aren't happening real fast, but everybody's being very careful. Nobody wants to make that big mistake to cause that goal against.
Runners have 7 games remaining. And if they could put a win streak here together at the end of the season, they could reach 30 wins.
I think Robbie Laird would be happy with something like that. Wow. Although he's never satisfied with not making the playoffs, but that would certainly add something to the season.
Face-off circle to the right of Fred Brathwaite. This will come near side to Schneider. Moose out of their own zone. Outside the blue line. Knocked away. Back to neutral ice. Riley feeding it across ice, and Phoenix now Chris Marinucci. Mallet hits O'Brien. O'Brien wanted to get it back to Mallet, but it was deflected. Laney started to come off the ice, but then he noticed Pankowitz was at neutral ice, so he had to scamper back out there. Riley putting it out to neutral ice, and Anderson getting it across, shot down into the Roadrunner zone. Riley away from Schneider. DeBoy looking at it. After it is Harkin. DeBoy on him. Harkin's behind the net. Checked into the boards. Now Potomski out to the right point. Kiley, his shot deflected, score!
Brathwaite didn't see that puck come through traffic. Kiley just takes a quick little snapper from the blue line, gets through everybody, and just squeezes right past Fred Brathwaite.
Almost as deliberate as this third period has been, so was that goal. It took what seemed to be forever to get across the line.
We lost sight of the puck on the play. There's the shot from Kiley. Just squeezes through all that traffic and gets past Freddie Brathwaite. Slides into, I barely made it to the back of the net.
So Phoenix second lead of the night. And the Roadrunners 2-1 here over the Manitoba Moose with 16:40 remaining in the game. Still plenty of time, but that could change the pace of things a little bit here.
Roadrunner goal, his 14th of the season, scored by number 23, Todd Harkin.
Oh, Harkin's got a tip on that on the way through the traffic. That must have been enough to fool Freddie Brathwaite. Tyler ended up getting the helper on the play.
Potomski and Tyler will get the assists. And Harkins, who you see there, gets the goal. Harkins just joining the Roadrunners. His 14th goal of the season. His second as a Roadrunner. Now the draw on the Moose zone, and it's held in by Brad Tiley. 2-1 Phoenix here in the third period. Runners trying to win their third game in their last 4. Medill feeding it down into the zone. Wrapping it around the boards. Left point, Tyler. He'll get it deep. Out in front is Medill. Medill had it for a second and then knocked away from him, and the Moose will clear to center ice. Korlick had to watch that one. If he'd have touched it, it would have been a 2-line pass. Now he'll intercept. Korlick off the boards. His shot stopped by Jamie Score. And the Runners clearing it off the near boards. Steve Wilson holding it in. Phoenix guilty of a turnover in their own zone. Now, high slot. Korlick dropping it deep through the crease. Near side to Anderson. Anderson shooting it behind the Roadrunner net. Korlick going to play it. Wilson will off the right wing boards. Try to get it to Korlick. No. And the Runners were cleared. Well, I'll tell you what. Phoenix has been guilty of that time in and time out in the second half of the season. Turnovers in their own zone. Behind the net. Emma, backhand shot. Oh, the rebound wide of the right post by McWilliam. He missed an open net. Strong. Off Steve Wilson's stick. Now Crowley feeding it across ice. Snyder's going to play it in front of the penalty box. Batirshyn, Ruslan Batirshyn sending it down into the zone. Turns from behind his own net. Burns will shoot it in. That'll go over Jamie Score's stick. Collision behind the Roadrunner net and a loose puck out front. Here's Batirshyn. Batirshyn moving up the right side. He'll flip it up into the air, and it's knocked down, and we've got players pushing and shoving. That puck went into the Manitoba bench area, and they'll pile it up along the boards.
Well, fans, please join the Roadrunners in wishing a special happy birthday.
Not sure anything else will come of that. I don't think so.
I bet you're probably going to be surprised that Batirshyn lost his helmet again. Yeah. It's at least once or twice a game Rusty loses his helmet, whether it's on his behalf or somebody else's.
Yeah. 14:24 remaining here in the third period, and the Runners with a 2-1 lead. Back in a moment.
Jesse, you're next.
I'm all yours.
Save it for the stage, Romeo.
Carol always gives it to me straight. Like when she told me about my...
I told him about Head & Shoulders. Regular shampoos just rinse flakes away so they could come back. Head & Shoulders helps prevent flakes from even forming. You see the difference? You look great.
Thanks, but will it get me this part?
Couldn't hurt.
Head & Shoulders, because great hair can't have flakes.
Hey, break a leg.
Rainbow tortellini with marinara sauce. Spinach linguine and 4 cheese sauce.
You may have already tasted Olivieri fresh pasta and gourmet sauces. Olivieri, as good to cook as it is to serve.
Sun-dried tomato pesto sauce on angel hair pasta.
All right, everybody, to the kitchen!
Olivieri, as good as it gets.
Here's the chance the Roadrunners had a moment ago.
Emma going around the net on a wraparound, gets it past Freddie there, and McWilliam comes in and misses the wide open net.
Now here's how the altercation started.
Batirshyn gets taken in hard to the boards over by the bench by Pankowitz. McWilliam comes into Batirshyn's rescue right there to bang Pankowitz around, and that's how they end up getting 2 each.
So the team skate 4-on-4 here for the next 2 minutes. And the Roadrunners protecting a 2-1 lead. Turnover, Roadrunners have it. O'Brien, Sean O'Brien, left side, pass out in front. Tried to hit Slaney. He was checked off the play by Riccardi. And back come the Manitoba Moose. Into the zone. Slaney wrapping it around the boards. Good boy from the backside, and then a quick shot. Collier putting the shot on, and Collier was at the left post, but he was a little too deep.
A little too deep. He ended up getting the rebound off of the backboards there and tried to sneak one in on Jamie Storr. Jamie Storr was a little too smart for that. He was on his post nicely, in good position, makes the save.
Coach Randy Carlisle on the bench. There's Jamie Storr in the nets. Emma to take the draw for Phoenix. Dave Emma joined the Roadrunners from the Boston Bruins organization. On loan, reassigned from Providence in the American Hockey League to the Roadrunners. Draw, DuBois along the boards. Shot at Jamie Storr, and Storr plays it easily. He'll give it to Peterson. Up ahead, Emma. Knocked by Riccardi. Loose, Arneal. Now Crowley. Crowley will play this in the Roadrunner zone. Arneal on him. 4-on-4 for another 47 seconds. Now the Riccardi feeding it across ice. Koroluk into the zone. Koroluk knocked down along the left wing boards. And the loose puck played by Marinucci. Marinucci to the blue line. Knocked off his stick. And Sean Anderson. And Anderson will shoot it behind his own net. 14 seconds remaining in the penalties. Then it's back to 5-on-5. Marinucci weaving his way through players. Marinucci still with the puck. Marinucci out of the right wing corner, tied up on the play, and he'll give way to Slaney. Slaney into the high slot. Here comes Slaney. Slaney down the slot. His shot blocked by Anderson.
Come on back, boy.
Loose clearing to center. Pankowitz winds up. Storr with a save, and that hurt. Jamie Storr is down, and whistled down immediately by Tim Peel, and out comes Scott Green.
That was ripped by Pankowitz.
Out comes Scott Green. He's going to take a look at Jamie Storr. We're going to take a break here, and we'll be back with a status report on the Roadrunner goaltender in a moment.
In NHL hockey, the coolest game on earth, snipers like Paul Correa practice 3 unique shots. The powerful slap shot, the deceptive wrist shot, and the surprising backhands.
Hey, any more of that, you keep away in the car.
For the sharpshooter, practice makes perfect.
Deli shaved black forest ham, oven roasted turkey and chicken, assorted sub.
Popular downtown deli or the Winklers on Maple Street. Introducing the new and improved taste of Maple Leaf sandwich meats that will turn your home into a deli. Deli shaved black forest ham, oven roasted turkey and chicken. Sub Express with ham, bologna, and summer sausage.
You forgot the mustard on table 7.
And you forgot your check.
New Maple Leaf sandwich meats. Taste that's a cut above.
Here's the shot from Pankowitz.
Just a rip. Jamie goes down a little early and ends up, looks like he caught that right on the kneecap, just atop of his goal pad. He's in quite some pain down there.
Take a look from behind the goaltender. It looks like he's favoring that right leg right there. You can see.
It looked like it caught him just on top of the pad. He wears an extra set of knee pads underneath his actual goal pad. It may have caught it just in a little gap there.
The backup for Jamie Storr is Brad Guzda. Played in the East Coast Hockey League this season. J.C. Bergeron is in Los Angeles with the Kings.
There's Brad. Getting a little ice time, just in case. Getting a little stretch in.
Yeah, Guzda's played in 2 games for the Roadrunners this season. Jamie Storr is going to stay in. We were talking about the scores around the International Hockey League. One that the Moose fans will love. Detroit beat Chicago 5-0, and that game was in Chicago. A little added meaning there. Cleveland over Indianapolis 4-3. Indianapolis cooled off just a little bit. Utah leading Houston 2-1 in the third. Kansas City leading Michigan 3-0 in the third, and the Blades keep rolling along. Milwaukee leading Long Beach 1-0 in the first. That won't last long. That game's in Long Beach. Face-off circle to the left of Jamie Storr. Runners have 20 shots, and the Moose 33, and right on the face-off, Jamie Storr's tested again.
Right from Pankowitz. Pankowitz goes high. Jamie Storr ends up getting it right in the glove. He figured, let's test this guy after that big slapper he took on the knee. Jamie comes up with a save.
Storr has allowed 1 goal tonight. He has 32 saves. We're not halfway through the third period yet. 12:05 remaining in the game. There are the saves. Braithwaite with 18. Now Slaney from behind his own net. Brad Tyler off the boards, out to neutral ice. Phoenix 3-on-2. Here's Marinucci. He'll give it up to Medill. His shot, he'll score!
Good play by Marinucci. Marinucci seen that he was going to be cut off, so he hits it back to Medill, coming a little bit late. Medill had plenty of time to go in and take a good snapshot. Brathwaite gets a piece of it and still ends up going back into the net.
Well, before that, what a great breakout 3-on-2 for the Roadrunners.
Tiley making the easy play, just getting it up off the boards. Marinucci picks it up, passes it back to Medill. Medill takes a good hard snapshot that beats Brathwaite.
So Jeff Medill has made it a 3-1 hockey game in favor of the Roadrunners. Medill getting his first goal as a Roadrunner. His 19th this season.
As a Roadrunner, scored by number 18, Jeff Medill.
Medill picked up as a free agent from Kansas City. Now 11:28 remaining in the hockey game. The Manitoba Moose will have to reevaluate their offensive plan here. They have been putting pressure on the Roadrunners, a total of 33 shots. They haven't been able to penetrate Jamie Storr more than once. McKirchen battling for it. McCrory is there. Kaller is there. Now Potomski's going to pick this up. Barry Potomski trying to muscle it out in front. Brathwaite pinning it up against the post, and now will hold it for a faceoff. A little more shoving between Potomski, Dubois, Sean Anderson, and you got the rookie Chris Schmidt looking on. .10:49 remaining in the hockey game. Take a look at this.
So Marinucci showing some good smarts there, passing it back to a guy has more time. Medill has enough time to tee it up, take a good hard snapshot that beats Brathwaite.
But he would love to have that one back, though.
He got a piece of it. It was clear that Medill was going right upstairs, and Freddie got a piece of it, but just not enough of it.
Face-off, circle to the right of Fred Brathwaite. Still plenty of time in this hockey game, though. 10:49 remaining in the game. Tiley will play it in his own zone. Brad Tiley. Now the Roadrunner strategy, a little different, 3-1 than 2-1.
They really don't want to go back into a shell. They want to keep forcing the offense. Keep creating offensive opportunities.
Mallet down to play it, and his speed got there first. Now out in front. Quick shot wide of the right post. Coming out. Sean O'Brien getting the opportunity. Braun will feed it down into the Roadrunner zone. Back to play it. Brad Tiley. To Mallet. Knocked away by O'Brien. O'Brien then could not stay on the skates. Drop it to Slaney. Shoot it toward the net. Brathwaite steers it into the corner. Crowley. Here's rolling it. Nope, over his stick. McCrory. Up left side, Arneal. Back to McCrory, and it's over his stick into the corner. At the blue line, held in. No, it was offside. Offside, Manitoba Moose. The shot went in. It was deflected in front of the net, and the Moose called for offside.
Pete Masana very adamant about this call. We couldn't really tell from our angle. We'll have to have a look at the replay.
The shot went in. It was deflected in front of Jamie Storr. But Masana had called it offside, and the whistle, you heard the whistle before the puck went in.
No goal. Moose offside.
This would be a good look at it here.
Boy, that is very close.
Real close. It was a great tip, nevertheless.
Steve Wilson upset.
I'd have to say that was out. It was a good call by Pete.
Going to try and see if we can freeze the puck and see if we can tell, but it was oh so close, and that is a bang-bang play. A linesman will look right down that line. Pete Masana will be looking right down that line, and if he sees it clear at just a fraction of an inch, he'll blow the whistle, not looking at any other play. 9 minutes remaining in the hockey game, and the Roadrunners with a 3-1 lead. They just dodged a bullet there. Arneal. That will go off. Collier. Back to center ice. Anderson. Now Crowley dumping it back to neutral ice. High up into the air and dropped down into the Roadrunner zone by Tolly. Both teams changing. Katirshik to Marinucci, no. Intercepted. Horlick getting it up on the right wing. Back into the middle. Horlick looking for the pass. Knocked away onto the far boards. Through the crease again. Handled by the Moose. We got a delayed penalty coming up on the Roadrunners. Delayed penalty coming up on Phoenix. Now whistled down by Peel.
Check out section 205.
And he'll call the penalty, and we'll take a break. 8:19 remaining in the game. 3-1 Phoenix. Coliseum. Now here's the offside call just a moment ago on Manitoba. To see the puck. Now watch it as Steve Wilson approaches. It'll come to the blue line. We're going to stop it as soon as it crosses the blue line. Right there. It's right about ready to break the line. One more frame. It'll go out of your picture. Go ahead and continue it. And you can tell that it's just outside the blue line. But is that a close call?
That's a close call, and Pete made the right call.
Wow, is that close? And you can understand why Steve Wilson is upset. He's looking straight down on it. He thinks he has caught it by a fraction of an inch. From the right side, shot caught by Jamie Storr, and he'll hold on.
Jamie's really getting out well tonight to take away that angle. Really not giving up a lot of net to shoot at.
He's going to have one black and blue knee, though.
Oh, he's going to be icing that baby down.
Oh. Not going to be playing any golf, that's for sure. 8:14 remaining in the game. Chris Schmidt, the penalty box.
Looks like we might have an illegal stick call here.
Chris Schmidt was in the penalty box at that start. We were looking at that replay, and I failed to mention that Schmidt had gotten a penalty because it was a delayed penalty that was coming up.
And right now they're measuring Marinucci's width of his blade. And it looks like it's illegal. Trying to get, now they'll have a 2-man advantage.
So Marinucci's stick is ruled illegal. And that puts 2 men in the box for the Roadrunners. Now Chris is over at the bench and saying, "No, that wasn't my stick. I must have picked up the wrong one. I had Potomski's stick."
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Most teams usually levy a team fine. There's a league fine for using an illegal stick, and there's also a team fine, and it's pretty hefty. Especially if it ends up costing the team a win or a point at any stage in the season.
Now, who's that good-looking guy up there?
Oh, that's Todd Gillingham.
Todd
shaved
Gillingham.
off his goatee.
Can you believe that?
He looks a lot tamer without it, doesn't he?
You know what? Just out here just enjoying the game and everything. You see him on the ice, the helmet's flying everywhere, the legs are flying everywhere. He's crashing into the net, he's down, he's sprawled all over the place. All right, Marinucci's out there. You better measure that stick before he takes that one out.
I don't think I've ever seen that before, where you've been caught with one illegal stick and then just go grab another one off the rack and have that one measured as well.
Well, he's in the penalty box, and so the runners are down 2 men here, and a big opportunity for the Manitoba Moose.
They're having an illegal stick.
Marinucci
11:46.
called for the illegal stick. 2-man advantage. Dubois to Anderson. Anderson waiting. Dropping it deep. Side of the net. Back out to the high slot to Dubois. Then punched out of the way by Brad Tiley. Great anticipation by Tiley to get in there.
Nice read defensively, jumping up into that lane and clearing that puck for the Roadrunners.
In comes Arneal. He'll drop it off right side in front. Collier. And then spins off the play. Looked like they had an opportunity there and they just didn't get the puck to him. Dubois dropping it. Left wing side. McCrory out to Anderson and shot. Deflected wide of the left post. Minute 7 remaining in the 2-man advantage. Collier shot caught by Storr. Rebound. Put back to the point to Anderson. Cross ice. That's behind McCrory. Back to Anderson. Anderson. Right side. Shot by Dubois. Caught and saved by Jamie Storr. And the pads are dead tonight.
He's not giving up any rebounds tonight. Jamie Storr doing a nice job making that save and smothering that rebound, so there's no second, third chances.
Well, once again, a reminder, the winner of the autograph, Mike McQueen.
Runners gave up 2 power play goals on Sunday, not on Saturday. They've given up 4 in their last 3 games, though.
So check your ticket stub, 049872. You can claim your prize.
Face off in the Roadrunner zone, 44 seconds remaining in the 2-man advantage. And the Moose need a goal here to get back into the game, to take advantage of this. The Runners can kill off this 2-man advantage. Be a big lift to them. Draw to the Moose. Anderson, Dubois, back to Anderson. To Dubois. Deep to McCrory. Anderson slides it in front of the Roadrunner net, and it comes right back to him. Knocked out by Brad Tyler. Anderson again. Somebody lost their stick. Shot. Stopped by Jamie Storr. Rebound. Out on the right wing side.
Selaney's without his stick in front of the net.
Selaney trying to clear it out in front. Shot caught by Storr, and he's going to hold on.
Not only down 2 men, but only 2 men with sticks out there. That makes it even more difficult. Slaney not having an opportunity to clear that puck. Does his best to clear the way so Jamie Storr can see that puck clearly coming through.
13 seconds remaining in the two-man advantage. Still 3-1 Phoenix here in the third period.
Anderson just looking for a good opportunity to tee it up, but Jamie Storr sees that puck clearly. The Roadrunner defense doing a good job of clearing that lane, so Jamie gets a good clear view of that puck coming in.
Face-off circle to the left of Storr. Andy Carlisle looking on from behind the Manitoba bench. Draw. Nobody with possession. Now it's Pankowitz. His pass blocked. 6 seconds remaining in the two-man advantage. Cleared out by O'Brien. Two-man advantage is over, and in a minute the power play will be finished. It is. It's over now.
Roadrunners back at full strike.
Runners cleared back to neutral ice. Handled by the Moose. Burns loses it. Phoenix one-on-one. Marinucci shot stopped by Brathwaite. Medill. Left side. Peterson. Now to Jeff Medill. Medill. His goal made it a 3-1 lead here in this third period. First goal as a Roadrunner. Medill flipped it out in front. Cleared out by Pankowitz. Snyder shooting it into the Roadrunner end. Peterson after it. Jamie Storr is going to play it. This will be back through neutral ice with 5:28 remaining in the game. Anderson at center. After it is Slaney. Harkin. Slaney will go back and get it in his own zone. Out comes Peterson. Tomsky letting it go. The neutral ice played by Brad Tiley. Tiley has been on the ice an awful lot tonight.
He's had a lot of ice time. He's played a good, solid game for the Roadrunners tonight.
Dubois is going to play it. So has Dubois. Harry Dubois has been on the ice an awful long time.
I think that the Moose are down to 5 or 4 defense as well. Talk hasn't come back since the first period.
That's a good point. You're right. He got shaken up in the first period. In on goal. Quick shot. Ball struck away in the Roadrunner crease. Back to neutral ice as Brad Tiley got a stick on it.
Another great defensive effort by Tiley, adding to a strong game so far.
Strong. Flipping it into the Roadrunner zone. Harkins is going to play it off the plexiglass. But Tomsky will clear it. Orluk hit by Harkins. Tiley over to Chris Schmidt. Coming up on 4 minutes remaining in the game. Now, time a huge factor against the Manitoba Moose. Mallett flipped it out in front. Handled by the Moose with 3:56 remaining in the game. O'Brien and McCrory collide in front of the Roadrunner bench. Burns hounded by O'Brien. Whoa! Pete Masana had to make a quick duck in order to get out of the way. Phoenix has played very strong in front of Jamie Storr tonight. And then Storr has responded with a couple of big saves. 41 shots for the Moose, 24 for the Roadrunners. But Phoenix leads this 3-1. Trying to even the series against the Manitoba Moose. The Moose winning 5-1 at home earlier this season. Pankowitz will skate after this, and he'll pick it up, watching the Roadrunners change. Oh, Peterson took it away from him. He's got a clear lane down the left side. In the middle is Schmidt, and Peterson rifles one on. Brathwaite with a save.
Good 2-on-1 opportunity. Rusty jumping up into the play, making a nice shot, but Brathwaite makes the save.
Started with Pankowitz. He thought he was going to catch the Roadrunners in the change, and so he got it, skated up the right side, and Rusty just took it right away from him. Potomski. I don't think there was anybody more surprised on that than Pankowitz. Now Harkins feeding it down into the zone. 2:20 remaining in the game. 3-1 Phoenix. Shot from the left point by Riccardi. He was knocked down before he got to Store, and then Medill will punch it out to center ice. He's being held back on the play, and then Medill going into the zone. Checked into the boards, trailing. Here comes Slaney down the slot. Poked off his stick and taken away by the Moose. 2-on-1 here. Now it's a 2-on-2. Getting back in a hurry was O'Brien. Caught by Jamie Store, and he's going to hold on. Well, O'Brien, a converted defenseman, did a great job getting back defensively to help out.
Did a nice job. Jamie Store, just like a sponge tonight. Everything that hits him just staying right there with him, not giving up any rebounds at all. Playing a solid game.
I don't remember the last game Stores played like this, where you have mentioned. No rebounds, nothing. Minute 50 seconds remaining. Bob Laird, Mike Lazazara, the assistant coach, on the bench. And there is Randy Carlisle behind the Manitoba bench.
Gilbert Delorme.
And Gilbert Delorme right next to him. Yep.
Former teammate, Greg Rittman. Lee Norwood's partner.
They called a timeout here to take a look at the play. It's a minute 50 to go. There's still time to get back into this hockey game.
Certainly is. One quick goal. Stranger things have happened to Knock.
Hey, you put the pressure on, get that goal, pull the goaltender, and you're in the shootout. And I'll tell you what, the Manitoba Moose would love to leave this building with 1 point.
They certainly would. Anything they can get is a bonus for them.
Especially tonight, Chicago losing at home. Good shot at Jamie Store there a moment ago. Boy, he has played one heck of a game. 42 saves tonight. Store early on was consistently seeing 40 to 45 shots a night when the Roadrunners first started this season. He had 45 saves against Quebec way back in October. Draw.
I'm seeing more rubber than Goodyear.
You've been waiting on that one. Here comes Slaney. He'll shoot it into, oh, it's an open net. Wide of the right post. Knocked down and knocked away by McCrory. So they had pulled Braithwaite back 3-on-1 into the Roadrunner zone. Quick wrist shot. Store with a glove save. He'll hold it. Now he'll shoot it. Length of the ice, but it won't go far enough. It's sliding down, and it's just in the crease. And then the net is knocked off. The light goes on with 1:19 to go, and this crowd was on its feet, hoping that Jamie Store would have scored.
Unbelievable.
Look at Store. Look at him. Look at him with the stick down there showing I can stick handle.
He had that in his mind all the way. Puck was rolling on him just a little bit. He's definitely got a hard enough shot with that goal stick to get it all the way down the ice and score.
Now look at that puck. You could just tell it wasn't going to go far enough. Then O'Brien's skate got into the way, otherwise the runner scored into an open net. So they fixed the net. Fred Brathwaite goes back into it and will face it off in the Manitoba zone. How about that for a little excitement in the final minute and a half, huh?
Oh, how exciting would that be for a goaltender?
You bet.
Well, Ron Hextall has done it. There's a few other goaltenders that have tried it and succeeded.
Roadrunner penalty, number 24, Mike McWilliams. 10-minute misconduct.
Mike McWilliams got a 10-minute misconduct.
Third period.
So he goes off. .119 remaining in the game. The draw will go to the Manitoba Moose. And off comes Braithwaite again. Out comes Store. Store wanted to lift the puck. He clears it back to neutral ice. He'd have shot it, but he didn't see Freddie going to the bench. Anderson, offside.
Manitoba, offside.
A minute 5 remaining. Now the crowd is yelling at Jamie Store to give it another shot.
I wouldn't be surprised if he tried.
Well, 3-1 Phoenix. The Moose, Manitoba's had its chances in this hockey game. But it has been the difference has been Jamie Store. Now they're talking over the position, I believe, of the face-off, and they're going to move it to the blue line. Now Mike Lazazara, the assistant coach, is questioning Pete Masano about it. The shot's on heavily in favor of Manitoba. Here in the Phoenix area, coming up immediately following the game, Fox Sports News for you. The draw to Phoenix, and it's shot off just wide of an open net by Crowley. We'll get an icing call in the Roadrunners.
If they change that rule as where it goes through the goal crease, there's no icing or there is icing. Obviously there's icing on display, but that was definitely through the goal creases. That was just wide of the left post.
That's a good point.
And register at any Western Union Fashions location for a chance to win.
I was so intense in watching how close that came to it. I didn't even think about that.
Runners versus the Ice Dogs.
Crowley, a right-hander, puts that spin on it, so the puck curves a little bit to the left, catches the curve of the stick.
Here's Anderson. Anderson going deep, wants to send it behind the net, does. Remember, Moose with the extra skater out there in an open net. Off the plexiglass, out through neutral ice. Olair back to get it. He'll leave it now for Pankowitz. 40 seconds remaining in the game, and a two-line pass is called here. So the Moose not helping themselves.
Have to give the runners credit, though. They're really taking away everything, not giving up too much defensively.
Well, the Roadrunners have played an excellent game here tonight. The pace may not have been what you would have expected, maybe, tonight between these two teams. However, the Roadrunners have played a solid game right from the very beginning.
Whenever they've given anything up offensively, Jamie Storr's been there
40 seconds
to bail them out.
34 seconds remaining in the game. Now Dubois playing it out of the corner. 3-1 Phoenix. Got into the zone. Slaney. Now Tiley. Off the boards with 15 seconds remaining. Lifted up into the air, and that'll just about do it. The Runners will pick up their 25th win of the year. Manitoba will go to 33-9. They call the Runners for icing with 6 seconds remaining in the game. Phoenix 25, 41, and 10 will have won 3 out of their last 4 games, and a little bit of promise here. And who would have thought, after making all of these changes, Rob Laird referred to it as some of the players coming in without that excess baggage of going through a tough season, and the dressing room was a pretty good atmosphere.
Oh, certainly. A lot of players are getting a lot of different chances, different opportunities to do some things, and they're really responding well.
Final seconds now of this one. The Runners will win it. 3-1, it's over. And Jamie Storr has picked up a big win with 42 saves in this hockey game here in this building. Freddie Brathwaite takes the loss. Roadrunners have defeated the Manitoba Moose by a score of 3-1. We'll take a break, come back to the Coliseum, and wrap it up for you in a moment.
Introducing Plymouth Breeze. While it has 16 valves worth of acceleration and sleek aerodynamics, it also has a specially modified double wishbone suspension system for superior handling, which really makes the new Plymouth Breeze a lot of fun to drive.
To the United Center, we're almost set for the opening face-off between the Edmonton Oilers and the Chicago Blackhawks, but we do have some football to talk about today. Big Sunday afternoon in the CFL Division semifinals. First off in the East, the Hamilton Tiger Cats taking care of the Toronto Argonauts for a second straight year. Hamilton will meet Montreal in the Eastern Final, and the Edmonton Eskimos, their 6-12 regular season takes them to one playoff game, and that is it. At home, the Calgary Stampeders dispose of the Eskimos, and now into the Western Final next weekend. Calgary will make a trip to British Columbia. So there is a look at
how the CFL playoffs continue and a look at the Oilers as they continue their road trip. We talked about the fact they have been playing well. I think they need a break, and you may see them end the winless streak in 8 and finally get themselves into the win column on the road. Now up to Bruce and John.
All right, thank you, Gene. Once again, good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's game. Molson Oilers hockey on A Channel. The Oilers and the Blackhawks. The Oilers completing a 5-game road trip.